All right. Let me get my sound audio right. Everybody on Instagram, hit that link in my bio.
My name is Jack.
Jesus.
And
Let me get that sound right. Everybody, y'all watching me right now on Instagram, head over to my YouTube channel. We're going live on YouTube right now. Appreciate everybody tuning in on YouTube. All right, y'all. See you on YouTube. What up, DT? What up? What up, Murda? Appreciate y'all. What's good, everybody? What's popping, y'all? Mike, let me get my sound correct. Everything situated. Let me get this L rolled. Starting the podcast a little bit late tonight. Need a little extra minute to situate things. Got everything ready, though, at this current time, aside from my L. Let's go. Everybody hit that like button. Hit that like button. Share this video. Let's go. We're about to get this thing rolling tonight. About to get this thing rolling tonight. We got a lot to talk about. I definitely appreciate everybody checking out the throwback content I've been putting out. Expect a whole lot more. I know there's a lot of new people coming into the channel. You know what I mean? I know there's a lot of newcomers here to the channel. So I want to make sure that we have all that content that I've done in the past. I want to make sure it's right in your face. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure you guys know what I've done in the past. I want to make sure everybody on here knows what I'm capable of. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in tonight. We got quite a few topics. Whack 100. Whack 100 saying Young Thug is crying. Young Thug is crying in jail. That's what we're speaking on tonight. Yfn Lucci snitching. Those accusations are getting cleared up. So everybody make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share this video, you guys. We got a hell of a night ahead of us. I'm about to roll something up. I got a new strand on deck. When you're tapping in, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share, but also let me know what city you're tapping in from, what state you're tapping in from, you guys. Let me know where y'all coming from. Let me know what you're smoking on. What up, Buckshot? What up, Eric? Bobby Digital in the building. Let's go. We got a couple dope topics to speak on tonight, you guys. Whack 100 addressing the Yfn Lucci snitching. You know what I mean? I was more so looking at it like he was grilling his own clubhouse members. We got North Carolina in the building tonight. Okay. Much love to North Carolina on the tap in. I'm rolling up some of this do-si do right now. I'm about to give you guys my impression of how the do-si do is smoking. Dosi pie, excuse me. It's a dosi pie, not actually a dosi do. If it was dosi do, I'd be a little bit more excited for it. You know what I'm saying? I'd be a little bit more excited for it if it was a dosi do. That's one of my favorite strands. Okay, we got West Virginia. We got West Virginia in the building tonight, you guys. Major salute. If you're just tapping in, let me know what city, what state you're tapping in from. Let me know what you're rolling up. Let me know what you're blazing. We're getting this live stream kicking tonight. UK, we got the United Kingdom in the building, baby. You know, I'm going to be making a trip out there this year. I'm definitely going to the UK this year. I just got to get my passport re-updated. Everybody share this video. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's share this video. When I say share this video, I mean put it on your Facebook. I mean put it on your Twitter. You know, tweet it out. Tweet out the link to this video stream. Put it on your Instagram story. Wherever you're going to place it, showcase it to your friends, to your family, to anybody that's watching you, so you can let them tap in with us, man. Yo, C Dot, what's popping with you? We got the orange cream. Schizo says he's blazing on the orange cream, number 26. Damn, Jesus. Okay. All right. We got the orange cream over there. Pause. Smoking on some runts in Rome. I like the sound of that, man. Is that the strain name, or are you actually in Rome, Buckshot? Need everybody to share this video. What's up? What's up? What's up, Indianapolis? Indianapolis is in the building. What's going on with you? You're damn right. I need to get an interview with Domination. Free my brother Domination. Hopefully, when he gets out of jail, we can get a podcast going of some sort. Randy Mack is in the building. I'm on LE. Bro, what's the LE? What's the LE, bro? And let me know where you're tapping in from tonight, Randy. Where you at with it, brother? Appreciate everybody for tapping in. We're going to get going with the topics just a second after I get smoking on this dosey pie. Everybody needs to share this video, though. Share this video with all your friends. Let them know Mikey T's the dopest blogger doing this shit. What's up? What's up? What's up with your 1017? Okay. Dontrell. Dontrell's in the building, and that means we've got Indianapolis. Indianapolis is in here tonight. Okay. Oh, you smoking on that pink runts? Buckshot says he's smoking on that pink runts. Okay, that's what's up. Pink runts is cool. I'm more of a regular runts guy. Okay, we got the C Dot says he's smoking on wedding cake. This is what we do at the beginning of the shows, you guys. Beginning of the shows, we always do this. Beginning of the shows, we always do this. You guys let me know what state you're popping in from. You let me know what strand you're smoking. Kaneki, is that right? Is that how you pronounce it, Rico? What's up with you, Rico? Rico Suave in the building. Let's go. Everybody share this video. Let's go. Let's get 100 people in here. Let's start this thing off right. Okay, my guy Mike. My guy Mike is in here. My guy Mike is in here representing Providence, Rhode Island. There we go. 50 people in here. Everybody share this video. I'm about to smoke on this dosey. That's right. That's smelling right, you guys. Big Fiend, Dirty Jers. What's up? What's up? What's up? The Chocolope. Choking on that Chocolope. I've heard of Chocolope before. I heard about Chocolope. This is the Dosey Pie. It's really good. Yeah, that Dosey Pie is really good, you guys. Take a look. Pretty good. Pretty good. I got an eighth of it. I tried it because, I grabbed the runts. So I was like, let me try an eighth of that, though. Major salute. We got Long Island in the building tonight. Long Island in the building tonight. What's up, would you? Salute to Long Island. Major respect for tapping in. New York City's in the building, smoking on that forbidden fruit. Make sure y'all hit that like button as well. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let's get that algorithm working. You know what I'm saying? What's up, would you? What's up, would you? The lemon runts are fire. Haven't got my hands on no lemon runts, man. But I've had regular, white, and pink. So let me see here, you guys. So, Whack 100 is saying that Young Thug is in jail crying. All the reports broke that Young Thug was attempting to get a release from prison. Young Thug's attorneys were citing the fact that the jails were disgusting. They were pretty much saying the jails were disgusting. They were saying they wanted him out based on the conditions. What happened? The next day, some of those jail officials actually filmed the video. They actually recorded a video where they went inside of a jail cell and they actually filmed how it looked without a mattress, of course. They filmed a jail cell that was not with a person in it. It had no, it had nobody in there. From what Whack 100 was saying on Clubhouse, sometimes these holding areas, it could be a 4-person room that will house 6 individuals. And from my understanding, you guys, Young Thug is actually in isolation. Young Thug is actually on his own. That is just another added perk when it comes to being incarcerated. You can take the route. You know what I mean? I honestly thought I honestly thought that Young Thug was incarcerated on his own because of the fact that he's a major celebrity. You know what I mean? I thought that would be his out for that when he gets out of jail. You know what I mean? But it's kind of like maybe I'm not looking at this the right way, but I kind of look at it like flying on an airplane and actually getting a whole row to yourself. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's relieving. You know, when you jump on a plane, you see that there's not two other people sitting alongside you. You know what I mean? Just look at the factors of being incarcerated. You got to share a toilet. You got to share a sink. You know what I mean? You're literally living in the same, small vicinity as another person. So it's kind of crazy, the fact that Young Thug, a lot of people are looking at Young Thug crazy, especially like some people, some real dudes who have been in jail, incarcerated, are looking at him crazy, but also the jail officials are looking at him crazy. So you got like you know what I mean? You got both worlds looking at Young Thug like he's crazy. Mike says all jails are disgusting. Oh, Mike also said them lemon runs are fire. Was that a little bit earlier, Mike? New York City. New York City's in the building. What's up? Got New York City in the building. East Coast side. What up, Akeem? I appreciate you for tapping in. Everybody go ahead and share this video. That's right. He's not in prison yet, actually. He's in general holding. He could even go to General Pop no matter where he goes. He could even go to General Pop no matter where he goes. Yeah, everybody be all getting all distinct about the terms of jail, the terms of prison and stuff like that, because once you're sentenced, you actually go to a different area, I guess. But yeah, Young Thug right now, they're pretty much complaining about the environment that he's in. And this was brought to Wack 100's attention, you guys. This was actually brought to Wack 100's attention, which is what we're going to go over today. Also, we're going to be talking about 50 Cent, you guys. We're going to be talking about 50 Cent and actually coming face to face with Wack 100. You know what I'm saying? We're actually going to be talking about 50 coming face to face with Wack 100. So that's going to be a crazy topic for y'all as well. Wack actually said that he ran to this hotel with several different people. I think he said he had about 10 people with him when he went to this hotel because they heard that 50 was going to be promoting he was going to be at this little bar, I guess. 50 was going to be at a bar. Potentially, this was during the promotion of his Yfn Vodka days, or maybe it was even earlier than that. You know what I mean? Maybe it was a little bit earlier than that because Wack 100 makes note of the fact that Jimmy Iovine and Interscope actually looked at 50 as a major priority, being worth $400 million a year or something like that, when I think we all know that 50 has not really made Jimmy Iovine and Interscope $400 to $500 million in a year in quite some time. There we go. Yeah. Mike. Potentially, Mike, with the first. Are you talking about when he first got locked up and he got a bond for 500,000? Because the more recent attempt that Yfn Lucci made to get out of jail was actually, he had an altercation in jail. Roosevelt Hill, what's popping with you, man? Appreciate you for tapping in. What's everybody blazing on, man? I'm about to smoke. What's everyone smoking in here? Dosey Pie. Guess I wish it was Dosey Do. I guess I wish it was Dosey Do, but you know what, man? The Dosey Do I haven't had in quite a minute. The Dosey Dos that I've been seeing around, just to be honest with you guys, is Dosey Pie and Gelato 41 mixed with the Dosey Do. So I decided to give it a try, man. I decided to give the Dosey Pie a try. And it's not disappointing. Let me see. I think you guys could see a bud of it. That's, oh, man. Damn it. Bud's kind of broken up. Yeah, we're talking about a couple different topics, man. We're talking about Whack 150 Cent. We're talking about Young Thug. You know what I mean? Whack 100 is kind of going hard on Young Thug, basically saying he's crying in jail. Whack 100 is saying that Young Thug is crying in jail, you guys. And we all know why. It's because of what Young Thug and his lawyers, what route they took in order for him to get out of jail. You know what I mean? It's the lane they took for Thug to get out of jail, complaining about the torturous conditions, the gross nature of the cell, to which the police, the people in charge of those quarters, actually filmed the video. They actually filmed a video where they went inside of the jail and showed the exact conditions of where Young Thug is. What's good with you, Carlos? Appreciate you tapping in all the way from Colombia. Major respect to you, man. What time is it over there in Colombia right now, man? Roosevelt Hill said, what's good, Mikey T? Just got done with a little runts. Yeah, me too. Now I'm on this Dosey Pie. I wanted to give the Dosey Pie a try, like I was saying, man. And it's not really disappointing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm wondering what the other pie is. You know what I mean? What would the pie be? I'm not really. Damn. It's really. Are you in Columbia, New York? You in Columbia, New York? What up, Roddy? Appreciate you for tuning in, man. Smoking on that cookie. Just Girl Scout cookies or something, man. Ooh, Bobby bringing up a point. Bobby Digital bringing up a point. It's funny that Wack could say that about Thugger when he didn't even speak on 6ix9ine in jail. Well, in all honesty, man, 6ix9ine was in jail for what, 24 months? I think he served 24 months, or was it 20 months or something like that? Nope, Raquan. I actually explained that on the last episode. I actually went over that on the last episode. What's goody, Sean? What's up? Everybody in here, share this video. Let's go. Everybody share this video. If y'all rock with Mikey T, the movie star, share this video. I'm just blazing on a little Dosey Pie right now, getting ready to start the show. You know what I mean? We got a couple good topics tonight. Whack 100 kind of cleared up his thoughts on Yfn Lucci, you guys. Yep. He cleared up his thoughts on Yfn Lucci. We're going to get into that. Also, this whole dilemma with 50 Cent. This whole this whole run-in with 50 Cent, you guys, which I don't exactly know when it happened. I'm trying to like really, because Whack 100 said it's when the smoke was on with the game. You know what I mean? Whack 100 said that he ran up on 50 Cent with 10 dudes. 10 dudes, you guys. But it got flipped on him. The whole thing, it got flipped on him. When he tried to get, he got. You know what I mean? Whack said you got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. Very similar to our brother Wallow. You know what I mean? Salute to Wallow. You know what I mean? He actually kind of brought that slogan out like on a major tip where now nobody's scared to use it now. You know what I mean? Back in the day, you would never hear about somebody tucking their tail in the industry. But yo, on the real, you need to know when to hold them. You need to know when to fold them. You know what I'm saying? Well, Mike, he says Whack needed 10 dudes. Well, let's be real. When you're going to go up on 50, when you're going to go up on Big 5-0, when you're going to roll up on Big Fifth, yeah, you're going to want about 10 solid dudes with you. Now, Whack went on to explain these dudes with him were extremely solid. These dudes with him were the best of the best. These dudes with him were the type of dudes that would go to Summer Jam and throw chairs at G-Unit in their prime. This is what Whack said. We're going to go over all that tonight, you guys. We're going to go over all that shit tonight. Devike says, Whack is straight whack. I need y'all to share this video. We're about to get started. Whack 100 is saying Young Thug is crying. He's saying Young Thug's crying, and now he's speaking up for Yfn Lucci. We're going to get into all that tonight. We all know Young Thug is in jail. We all know Young Thug is actually facing some pretty serious charges that we're going to go over tonight, actually. Let's get into it, man. Because tonight, Whack 100 actually addressed, when he was on Clubhouse, he actually addressed, last night, whatever the hell it was, he actually addressed the fact that Young Thug said the conditions in the jail were horrible. So they actually did an interview outside of the jail where Thug is at to actually show how the conditions are in there. And like I said a little bit earlier, the only bad condition of the cell that they showed was actually the fact that there was no mattress. When they showed video, you didn't see any type of disgusting features to the cell. It was not a quote unquote dungeon-like appearance. You know what I mean? When you're thinking dungeon, you're thinking mold, you're thinking dirt, you're thinking all different types of shit like that, man. You know, when you're thinking that type of shit, you're thinking like mad different weird conditions in there. This is just a straight up cell that looked like it had been polished down with bleach to a certain extent. It's like Jesus, man. But so Whack actually responded to that. Go watch the video if you guys haven't seen it. You know, I'm sure the most of you have. It's been posted pretty much everywhere where they're like, we're sorry, this isn't the Ritz-Carlton. You know what I mean? It's a whole video. You know what I mean? It's like we keep our jail as clean as we can. You know what I'm saying? What up, Prince Malcolm in the building? What's going on with you, man? What up, Sean? What's up with you, Sean? Mike said, Thug went crying to his lawyer, I want my mansion. Yep. That's how a lot of these guys do. They're like, yo, I want to get out of jail. I want to put an ankle monitoring device around my leg. It's like, hey, whoa. This ain't just as simple as putting an ankle monitoring device around your ankle, dude. You know what I mean? You actually, not everybody gets the opportunity to get an ankle monitoring device on their ankle. Just because that's a thing, it doesn't mean you can actually hit us up for that. It's like, we'll let you know if we think that's, you know, admissible in your situation. But now it's like all these guys, everybody that, you know what I mean, has a dope ass crib to get back to, unless you got nowhere to go back to. You know what I mean? And they'd rather probably be locked up. Some people be doing that type of shit. You know what I mean? They'd be like, oh, it's the winter time. Time to get locked up again. You know what I mean? Type shit like that. But other people are like, yo, what about house arrest? House arrest? House arrest? That's Bobby Bracken's in the building. He said Wallow tried to warn them boys. You know, bro, the only thing about Wallow trying to warn them, you know what I mean? The only thing about Wallow trying to warn them is like, looking at this whole case, you can tell that they've actually been involved in it for quite some time. They've actually been doing things to stir up this case for quite some time, like all the way dating back to 2016, dating back to 2015, 2012, apparently as well. So, it's been quite some time. Although I do believe, at some, well, I'm not going to say that, but at some point, when people are like, they stop too late. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just like, you can't just say, oh, I'm going to stop tomorrow, baby. Oh, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and everything's going to be sweet. I'm just going to take my 10 million and run with it, baby. Well, you better go run to Switzerland with it. You know what I mean? Like the Wolf of Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? You better go on down to Brazil, like Dominic Toretto. You know what I'm saying? Like, Buckshot said he thought it was going to be the Four Seasons Hotel, like he's Napoleon Bonaparte or something like that. Like he gets exiled to an island to live out the remainders of his years because he was Commander Young Thug, Commander Slime. No, I love Young Thug, y'all. I'm just doing some Dave Chappelle shit, man. But they like when Napoleon was the commander in France, they let him go off and live on an island to end out his days and shit like that. It's not like who was the other dude that they actually let build his own prison? Was that Escobar or was that Chapo? You know what I mean? That's not how it goes. You know what I mean? In this situation, so it's not like Goodfellas. You know what I mean? I don't think it's like Goodfellas where you're in there and you're getting the best mozzarella and you're cooking up food and hanging out. First of all, who are they really going to hang out with? You know what I mean? Who are they really going to? I mean, I guess he's got 28 other individuals in there as well, and they could all be hanging out, YSL style and shit like that, like the Goodfellas and shit. But I just don't think it's like that, you guys. You know what I mean? This is how it has been depicted to us in film. And that's why when people actually get faced in these situations, that's why they end up getting on the phone with their lawyer and they're like, hey, I need to get the hell out of here. This isn't working out for me. This shit isn't working out for me. How do you expect me to do the book? How do you expect me to write that book we were just talking about while I'm in here? You need to get me out of, you know what I'm saying? So in a predicament that Young Thug is in, he's worth no money, little to no money in jail. Maybe he could get some stuff that he could do over the phone. You know what I mean? Maybe he could, but he's worth a lot more money outside of the prison. And his lawyers understand that. His lawyers understand that. His business lawyers. You know what I'm saying? His entertainment people, they all understand that. He keeps the ball bouncing. You know what I mean? He keeps the wheels moving. But shit, they even took Gunna. You know what I mean? They actually took the number 2 guy. Share this video, everybody. Let's get into the news because Wack 100 actually responded to all this. Wack 100 spoke on Young Thug complaining about his jail conditions. Let's get into it, you guys. So Wack responded. He said, I seen the jail. That's a regular jail cell. I don't know what he's crying about. Wack said, I seen the jail cell. I seen that jail cell. That is a regular jail cell. I don't know what he's crying about. He has the standard toilet sync connection combo. The standard funk. I seen it. What's he crying about? Wack 100 chimed in. He said, I seen the video. You don't even need to explain it to me. I saw the video of what the jail cell looks like, the particular area that he's in. Because you know, Wack 100's expertise comes from the West Coast. You know what I mean? His expertise actually comes from the West Coast. So actually getting a visual aid, actually them putting out that visual aid for everybody after Young Thug's lawyers made those comments, it made everything crystal clear. You know what I mean? It actually made everything crystal clear for everybody out there who was a little bit confused. You know what I mean? Because these celebrities can spin a narrative and they can make thousands and thousands of people begin to go crazy. Start writing letters, start making calls, all different types of shit. You know what I mean? We saw what happened with AR-Rab earlier, in 2021. You know what I mean? When AR-Rab was being treated crazy behind the bars and he was left locked up in solitary. You know what I mean? It's kind of a similar situation but we never got to see it. The officials did not actually record a video like they did in this case because Young Thug started spreading that word of mouth, his lawyers did, in regard to actually getting that bond. They're doing everything they can right now to get Thug home. Hey, bro, don't hate on my thumbnails, man. Matthew. All right, I'm putting a poll up. Matthew saying he doubts Young Thug is crying. I'm putting the poll up. I want everyone to vote. Do you think Young Thug is crying? I want to know what y'all think. Vote in the poll right now. Vote in the poll right now. I want everybody to vote in the poll right now. Good evening, Queen. What's going on? You're hilarious. Yo, what up? What up? What up, everybody watching on Instagram? I want y'all to hit that link in my bio. We are live on YouTube right now. Everybody watching on IG, hit the link in my bio right now to come tap in with us. You know what we're doing over here. We got a great show going on. So hit that link in my bio right now, you guys. Come tap in and join the conversation. My bad, y'all. Major salute to Pete Davidson, too, rocking that LOM clothing, you heard? Pete Davidson rocking that LOM clothing, you heard? Y'all heard the Cassidy freestyle? Y'all heard the maybe we'll talk about that in a few minutes. What's up, Papito? What's popping with you, G's? Everybody in here that's not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now, you guys. Everybody in here that's not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now. But let's get back into this because Wack 100 actually responded to Young Thug actually complaining about the jail cell. You know what I mean? Having his, not Young Thug personally. From what I've seen, Young Thug has made one call, and that is to Mike Tyson. But we have, I did not hear any actual audio of Young Thug. I did not hear any actual audio of Young Thug talking because I didn't listen to the Mike Tyson joint. But it's being carried out by his lawyers, you guys. All of this is being carried out by his lawyers. What up, what up, what up? Spot him, got him. What's happening with you, Papito? What's good, man? Now everything's good, man. You know, we're just going over this topic tonight. Wack 100, pretty much saying Young Thug is crying in jail, right? Wack 100 said, I seen that jail. That's a regular jail cell. I don't know what he's crying about. I seen the jail cell he had, and that's the standard toilet sink connection combo, the standard funk. I seen it. What is he crying about? Wack went on. He's in the pen, in the bounty. They probably wanted him in the back. Now, the supervisor of the jail said, this is not the Ritz-Carlton. And Wack is like, I seen the cell. And I'm like, bro, that's the jail cell. And I'm like, bro, that's the jail cell. So Wack 100 was kind of like tripping over what Young Thug was saying here. Wack 100 was kind of treating it like he was crying over it. You know what I mean? Crying over but you got to understand, this is his lawyer, just like what Wack 100 is about to say about Yfn Lucci. This is actually Young Thug's lawyer putting in, Young Thug's lawyer actually putting in the information to get him out. You know, this isn't Young Thug calling up and complaining this and that. Oh, yeah, we're doing the Lloyd Banks versus Cassidy poll next. But let me take a look at this. Do you think Young Thug is crying? 64% of you guys say Young Thug is crying. 36% of you say no. And you know what, man? It's no shade on Thugger because I think we all know Thug is a great artist. You know what I mean? Thug is a remarkable artist, but I think anybody would admit that they would cry while they're in jail. You know what I'm saying? I think anybody he's gonna be like, you're damn right I was crying. You know how many millions of dollars I was missing out on? You know what I'm saying? Young Thug is gonna keep it real when he comes home. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna be on no bullshit. You know how many millions, you know how many M's he's missing out on? You know how many, and then take it even further. He's missing out on time with his family. Any real one would let you know that they're gonna sit up there and they're gonna feel sad about that whole predicament. But yeah, I'm about to put the poll up, man, because I want to know what y'all think about this, man, because we might talk about it in full on another video. You know what I mean? I might dig up some information because we all know about them mixtapes from back in the day, the Cassidy versus Lloyd Banks mixtapes. But I want to know, who do y'all got, man? We're about to do the Cassidy and Lloyd Banks poll. I think it's I don't think we've ever done this poll before. Cassidy just did a new freestyle. Where Cassidy actually brought up the Punchline King. So I want to know who has better bars. Cassidy or Lloyd Banks? Who has better bars, y'all? The poll is up right now. I want y'all to vote in it. We're about to get back into the news. Yeah, papito. That's a rough one. Everybody share this video if you rock with me. Put this video up on your social media. Throw it on your Facebook. Throw it on your Twitter. Throw it on your Instagram. If you mess with me, you guys, I appreciate all that. That's just love, man. Let's get back into this good chronic right here. I'm smoking on some Dosi Pie. Right now, we're actually Wack had quite a few things to say about Young Thug, and he had quite a few things to say about Yfn Lucci as well. You know, the internet kind of caught up in all of the shit going on about Yfn Lucci. You know what I mean? Especially with his lawyers asking for a bail a few months back after he was attacked in a prison. You know what I mean? That was actually kind of went over under a few people's noses. Like, just to be real, it went under a few people's noses. Like, oh, what's going on there? I don't really know. You know what I mean? I don't really. Oh shit, something happened to Lucci in jail. Damn, that's tough luck. You know what I mean? Yfn Lucci legitimately shouldn't be in that situation. But I didn't really draw it back to the connection of his beef with Young Thug. Why? Because I didn't really take Yfn Lucci's beef with Young Thug all that serious. You know what I mean? Young Thug, one of Young Thug's guys, Yak Gotti, actually was on he was on a video. He did a video where he actually stood on Yfn Lucci's car, and then he actually did nothing. You know what I mean? He stood on Yfn Lucci's car, and then Yfn Lucci made a video response to it on Vlad TV, and he just said that dude is a bitch or whatever. That dude is a F. That, you know, that dude is a punk. You know what I'm saying? That dude is, you know what I mean? That dude is below me, is pretty much what Yfn Lucci said. He didn't take it any further. He made one little quick statement. You know, he's a fuck boy. You know what I'm saying? And he moved on. But so he didn't really dwell on it. I kind of felt like once Yfn Lucci got bread, he left the Young Thug beef alone. You know what I mean? And that kind of said to me that he indulged in the Young Thug beef in order to get some views, some extra views. I'm just being real. That's just how I saw it. You know what I mean? That's just kind of how I saw it. But once Yfn Lucci started getting real industry bread, he left it alone. It wasn't worth his time. He was actually getting money. But earlier in his career, he got on by discrediting Young Thug, by saying shit about Young Thug, by getting popular at Young Thug's expense, trying to make himself look realer than Young Thug just because Young Thug had done some questionable shit. You know what I mean? Maybe it was something deeper than that, though, man. Maybe it was something deeper than that. But to me, it just seemed like he was a little bit upset that Young Thug was getting all that clout. Young Thug was getting all that attention, and you know what I mean, all that money, when he legitimately wasn't when he was saying he wasn't the realest one. What up with you, V Dot? Bobby Digitals. Oh, everybody vote in the poll right now if you haven't voted yet. Damn, 50-50. I like Lloyd Banks, but Cassidy is from home, and Cass been battling since he was 14. Who's got the better bars, man? Cassidy says it's him. Todd says Cassidy can't touch Banks. Cassidy can't touch Banks, huh? Well, he's actually 5,002, bro. 5,002 and 0. Oh, John Wick, what's up? He said, come on, man. Why is my chat all messed up tonight? Look at what we got here. We got 63% for Lloyd Banks. That's right. Everybody vote. We only got 27 votes. Let's get it. Come on, vote. Vote, y'all. Let's go. Smoking on this Dosey Doe. We got some shit to talk about tonight on the stream. 50 Cent in Wack 100 beef is going to get explained. Okay. So Wack said, you got to understand, we used to clean our sinks. Someone's like, is this the first time he was in jail? He's like, yo, we used to clean our sinks. We used to clean our, you got to understand, we used to clean our sinks when they used to pass out the dudes who have no money. They give them the powdered toothpaste. We scrubbed the sink with it. Scrub the sink with it like it's turtle wax. One dude in the chat was like, these dudes have no character. And Wack is like, we were seasoned for it. I seen the cell and I'm like, that's the standard cell. He's got love because he's the only dude in the cell. It could be 6 people in a 4-man. That dude's cell was clean as a mother. Listen to that, you guys. Wack here said he got love. Young Thug got love getting that cell because he's the only dude in the cell. It could be 6 people to a 4-man, Wack is explaining, you guys. That dude's cell was clean as a mother. Wack went on, there'd be like 6 dudes in a 4-man. You fading. There'd be 6 dudes in a 4-man and you fading. But there's probably going to be a squabble because a new dude is going to come in when a dude leaves. He'd be like, because the next dude might not be going for that flow. Now from that, I took Wack to mean like, you know, when somebody gets taken out of the jail, when a 4-man, when a dude, say the 4-man that's got 6 people in it, once they all come to an understanding, when one of those dudes leaves, there's going to be another person that comes in and the whole cycle is just going to continue again. You know what I mean? The whole cycle is pretty much just going to keep on continuing in this, with this type of circumstance. Now, I don't know if he was saying that there's going to be a new dude coming in to Young Thug's cell, or if Young Thug will remain in one cell, or in a cell alone, I should say. We're going to have to wait and see if we hear anything about that in the future as well, because you know we're going to be getting constant updates about Young Thug. Someone in the clubhouse actually said his lawyer is trying to pump it up. Like his lawyer, like I said, his lawyer is the one out there making all of these accusations. His lawyer is the one out there not accusations, his statements, really, more than accusations. He's making these statements, you know what I mean, to get the court invested in what they're doing, to get the court to actually see them, you know, to get the court to actually take what they're doing serious. Yep. Let me see. What did Roosevelt say? Whose bars got booed on stage in their hometown? Oh, you know he's not talking about Lloyd Banks. You know he's not talking about Lloyd Banks. Damn, that was cold. That was cold, Roosevelt. That shit was cold right there, bro. What up with you, Jay Real? Appreciate you tapping in tonight. Appreciate everybody that shares this video. Let's go. If you mess with me, share this video to your friends. Let them know you got the dopest hip-hop blogger. Let them know you mess with the dopest hip-hop blogger. What's the shame in that? What up, Graf? What up, Christina? Christina Lou. We got Opalaka in the building, 305. That's right. Florida's in the building. What's up with you, Jay Real? 504. Okay. Yep. I-95. Yep. Bars on I-95. Yep. That's a Connecticut joint too. Major respect to everybody doing their thing in Connecticut. Hell yeah, man. So let me see here. Let's get back into this report. So they were saying that his lawyers are trying to, you know, pump shit up, and Wack went on. But see, this is the thing. He's trying to, but unless they can prove inhumane conditions, it's not going to work. Wack just being real about it, man. Unless they can prove something, they can say all that they want to say, but a lot of what you say can be debunked, as it was the next day. I mean, shit, even if they went in that cell and tidied everything up and cleaned it all up with some Windex and bleach. You know what I'm saying? Even so, things can be put in front of people's faces the very next day. You know what I'm saying? But so another major topic of this was that Yfn Lucci told his lawyer to put a statement out that's not snitching. Right, and that's what I was just saying about Young Thug as well. But Whack 100 isn't on here saying Young Thug is snitching. Whack 100 is on here saying Young Thug is crying. So a major difference right there. So the major thing is Yfn Lucci told his lawyer to put a statement out that he's not snitching, right? So Whack was asked what's happening. First of all, y'all got to stop believing the clickbait, Whack 100 said. The man came in here to me. The man said, yo, Whack, now that Young Thug is in there, after it's in the paperwork that they tried to have Lucci hit, are they going to let him out? Whack said, if I was him, I'd be in that MFer, man downing on all that shit. And then I'd get out, F the baby mama, make a diss song on him and all that. But you dudes only hear half the shit and run with it. Did you read Young Thug's case? One of his charges is the attempted shit on the dude in the jail. So like you think he would use that to get out? I said, so they're like, do you think he would use that to get out? And I said, hell yeah, I would. I wouldn't give a F what it looked like. But these dudes believe the clickbait. They take any excerpt and run with it. I don't even know him. I don't know nothing about him. He's talking about Yfn Lucci. Dude asked me one of Young Thug's charges is he tried to get Lucci. Now that they in the same jail, do you think he was access to try and get a bail? I said, hell yeah, he do. I said, you file the right shit, but here go the thing. How they pinning it on Thug. How do they know Thug sent it? And someone's like, it's the wiretaps. Someone's saying it's pretty much the wiretaps in that situation. But Wack had quite a bit to say here, man, as far as what he would do if he was in the predicament, as far as how he would feel how he was looked at, if he actually, told his lawyer, yo, these dudes who hit me up, they're in the same jail. We need to use that as a reference to get me out of this jail. Wack said he would get out of that jail by any means. You know what I'm saying? But doesn't say that's not snitching, having your lawyers file the right paperwork. If they file the right paperwork that someone is involved in a case, and then you're right there, that's called a loophole, you guys. That's actually a loophole. So that's pretty interesting, man. I don't know if Yfn Lucci is going to get out based on this. You know what I mean? As Wack is saying here, a smart man would do it a smart way. If the information is accurate and they're actually saying that in Young Thug's indictment that he had something to do with Yfn Lucci, at the very least, Yfn Lucci should be moved. And we all know the very first place that Yfn Lucci would ask that he's moved into his crib with an ankle monitoring device. You know what I mean? Shit. Any jail that you put him in Atlanta at this point, I mean, shit, there's 28 different, people involved in this case. So I would have to imagine that they're going to spread people that are arrested out through different jails. I would have to imagine that you could argue another argument that is not snitching when your lawyer argues that these people have people in all sorts of jails. The safest place for my client is in the comforts of his own home, eating Cheerios, the kind with honey. Share this video, everybody. Let's go. Mikey T, the movie star here. We're talking about some of the realest shit in hip hop. Whack 100, basically siding with Yfn Lucci. Siding with Lucci, saying that he would do the same shit. It's all about intelligent. What are you paying your lawyer for, number one? Now, he's saying Young Thug is crying, and we're about to get into the main event. The 50 Cent main event. You guys, tonight I'm actually smoking on some Dosi Pie. For everybody wondering, let me know what you're smoking in the chat as well. You know I care. You know I care, you guys. What are y'all smoking right now? We're about to get into the main event. We're about to get into the main event. Okay. Okay, Timmy. Smoking on some platinum cookies. Your Honor, there are no Honey Nut Cheerios here. This is unacceptable. Yo, Lawrence, I appreciate that, bro. Yep, I got the 30 anniversary, the 30-year anniversary, and then of course the classic. Then of course the classic. Yo, numero uno. Let me ask you, Bo. You say cherry pie. I've got dosi pie. What is that? What is the pie usually? Like, what is like when it's a mixture? What would the pie be? Like, what is the major strain of a dosi pie? What is the cherry pie? Where does the pie come from in that combination? I'm trying to figure that out. Tim says he's smoking on some OG cherry pie and some wedding cake wax. Okay. Yeah, man, that sounds lit. That sounds lit. Yo, Mark, that's exactly what I was saying. Yfn Lucci is actually involved in a RICO case right now as well. It's an indictment that he got indicted as well after the whole thing of him getting out on bail for $500,000. Yep. After he got out of jail for that whole shit, he got charged in a whole RICO. It's like, what the hell? John says, do you think Whack 100 got parts of Clubhouse? Nah, man, I don't think so. I don't think that has anything to do with him, bro. I think it's just a social media platform that they all really do a great job on. Precious says she's smoking on some Skywalker. Come on, let me know what you're smoking in the chat. Let's go. Put up what you're smoking, man. Sipping on some Crown Reserve and smoking some runts. Hell yeah, man. Me, I got some Douce on deck. Shout out to the big boys, Memphis Bleak. Shout out to the big boys, Memphis Bleak and Jay. Smoking on that Douce. Shout out to the big boys, Memphis Bleak and Jay. I'm drinking on some Douce. Secco's in the building. Share this video. Yo, if you rock with me, share this video to 10 people that you know. Period. Sipping on some. Okay. Merck says the best they could do is move him to another facility. Now, Merck, when you say another facility, are you talking about another county? You talking about another city? Or are you talking about another state? It would probably have to be another state. All I'm saying is the lawyer could argue. The lawyer could argue all of this. Tim says cherry pie is a granddaddy perp and Durban poison created by Burner's Cookies. Dosey Do's different grower with that lemon yum. Yo, Tim, appreciate the breakdown, bro. Appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight, man. Whack 100 saying Young Thug is crying. But he's also clearing up some shit about Yfn Lucci. Respectable, I must say, because it really got twisted up when a couple people were asking him about shit that he wasn't thoroughly informed about. And that is one of the downsides of Clubhouse, you guys. Royston says, talk about 50. Talk to me. Talk to me, Royston. Shout out to my big bro, 10 Toes Down. Hope y'all are checking out that exclusive interview series. Gonna have more of it this week. Hope 10 Toes Down comes back and joins me on the channel soon, man. One of the best innovators in the game right now. You know we only mess with the big boys on this channel. We coming for that Duce. We coming for that Duce endorsement. We coming for that Bel Air, baby. The Bel Air blogger. Stop it. Let's go. Yes. Anyways, let's get on to it, you guys. So, Wack 100 broke down a major run-in with 50 Cent. Wack 100 broke down a run-in with his client's biggest adversary. When it comes to the game, his biggest adversary is 50 Cent. When it comes to 50, arguably his biggest adversary is the game. Arguably, you guys. Let's put it up in the poll right now for everybody just tuning in. And it looks like Lloyd Banks is going to take it over. I'm going to give y'all 10 more seconds. I'm going to give y'all 30 more seconds to vote in the poll if you haven't. Who has better bars, Lloyd Banks or Cassidy? Vote in the poll right now, you guys. I'm about to change the poll question to who was 50's biggest adversary. Like, it's not his biggest beef. Who is his biggest challenge? You know what I mean? Because there's no denying that his biggest adversary was Ja Rule. But Ja Rule was not his biggest challenge, you guys. Let me check this out. Yeah, vote in the poll right now. Who do you got, Lloyd Banks or Cassidy? Who has better bars, you guys? I want to know what everybody thinks right now. Who's got better bars, Cassidy or Lloyd Banks? Vote in the chat. If you're watching this on demand, put your comments in there and just let me know why. Kenzo says Rick Ross was. Kenzo, I'm going to put that in the poll, bro. I'm going to put that in the poll. You know Rick Ross. Rick Ross is definitely. Share this video, y'all. Let's go. I know y'all rock with me. So everybody in here, 145 people, I need y'all to share who the hell Mikey T, the movie star, is with 10 of your friends. Share it. Share that information. Once we get bigger, this shit's going to get litter. I mean, it's already pretty freaking lit right now, but just imagine. All right, so it looks like Lloyd Banks is taking the poll, 55% to 45%. Lloyd Banks takes it over Cassidy. We'll come back to that another day, you guys. Definitely a lot more to talk about when it comes to Lloyd Banks and when it comes to Cassidy, what they could potentially do in the future. I mean, I did see, someone told me I was cap, but I did see that Votto actually was interested in doing an MC war battle with Lloyd Banks. Okay, so I'm setting up the poll right now, you guys. All right, so I got the game. I got Rick Ross, 50's biggest adversary. I got the game. I got Rick Ross. I got Jadakiss. Who's a good fourth one, you guys? Somebody toss something in the chat. Who do you think is a good fourth one to go against 50 Cent? Oh. Yeah, I was thinking Fat Joe. Yep. Cameron. It's definitely Cameron. I'm asking everybody right now. Put it in the poll. Also, put your reason in the chat. We're going to do this before we get to the main event, you guys. Might even rehash on the who do y'all got, man? I'm interested to see this poll. I'm interested to see this. It looks like Rick Ross is taking the early lead. 40% right off the bat for Ricky Rose. And everybody else is in, okay. All right, it looks like the Game and Jada are in second. Game and Jada are tied for second, you guys. And Cameron is a distant third right now. Come on, Curtis. Are you kidding me right now? Curtis. I know Rick Ross created a whole new name, Ricky Rose, around this time. All right, let me get into the main event topic, though. So Wack explained the beef with 50 Cent, man. It was crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, Mike T. It really is. It really is, though, man, when you hear shit like this. So let's get into it, man. So Wack went to 50 to try and check him. Wack legitimately went to 50 to try and press him, you guys. He went there because he heard he had some sort of a meeting at the at some bar. I don't know if this is when 50 was really doing, you know, like all of his liquor endorsements or something. If he was managing the Yfn vodka, like Wack had said, this was when the whole beef with the game was going down. Like he said, that's when it was on, and I really don't feel like it was on when 50 was doing all the Yfn vodka shit. I really feel like it was over then. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like it was over at that point. So maybe this was earlier. There's a few things that indicate. What up, Caleb? What's popping with you, man? There's a few things that indicate to me that this was earlier as well, because 50 being with who he was with, you know, and Wack mentioning that he was making Interscope $400 million a year at that point. That leads me to believe that it's much earlier. That leads me to believe it's in like 2009, 2007. You know what I mean? Right when Wack really initially linked up with the game. But let's get into it here, man. Because Wack said, when you see them, you can't get to them. I think he played with us on purpose. Wack apparently heard, yo, Wack, 50 is going to be at the SLS Hotel. That little bar in there. He's going to be in there. The word is down. The word is coming down. So Wack got the word from a few other people that 50 is going to be at this little bar. He got a little indication of what the bar is like. It's a little bar. It's at the SLS Hotel. So Wack is like, we through there. This is when it's on. He pulled up in the SLS Hotel, came in that mother, 10 of us. We came in there. So Wack is saying he actually came in to this hotel. We came to the SLS Hotel. They came in 10 deep, you guys. They came into this situation 10 people deep, looking to make an impression on 50 Cent. So when you're voting in this poll, everybody voting the poll right now, this is what the game did. This is what the game did. That's a good line right there. This is what the game did. You know what I mean? Like it's my movie line. You know what I mean? I could do that in a movie at some point. I don't know if you guys haven't seen the movie that I'm in, but you got to check it out. It's called Slapface. You guys haven't seen it. You guys are bugging. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put the link up. I'm going to pin it up. Got a cameo in this movie. Y'all got to check it out if you haven't. Everybody, y'all be like, Mikey T, you ain't in no movies, Mikey T. Well, you're going to go check this movie out, man, and check this shit out, and you can see that I'm actually in a movie. Now the myth is over. I'm in a movie. And it's pinned. It's called Slapface. It's a horror as well. That's right, James. I mean, come on. Cameron made fun of the man's name. Cameron legitimately made the world make fun of his name. I mean, let's be real, James. 50 actually signed a dude based on his name being Curtis. He signed a few dudes based on their names being Curtis. And then Cameron went and made a mockery of his name. What up, what up, what up, what up? SBF, what's poppin' with you? What up, Lou? Lou, you seen that movie, bro? Major respect, bro. Major respect. If anybody hasn't seen me in the new movie, I pretty much got this haircut in it. I'm in a new movie called Slapface, horror movie, dope ass movie directed by Jeremiah Kipp. What's up with you? Peace, brother. Peace, brother. Appreciate you for tapping in. So let's get into this. Wack said, when you see him, meaning 50 Cent, you can't get to them. I think he played with us on purpose. Yo, Wack. Wack heard this. Yo, Wack. 50 is going to be at the SLS Hotel. That little bar in there. He's going to be up in there. The word coming down. The word is coming down. Wack's like, we through there. This is when it was on. He pulled up in the LSLS Hotel. I butchered that. And we pulled up in that mother, 10 of us. We came in there. We stopped. And we looked around. And I'm like, something doesn't seem right about this scenery. He was looking around like it was starting to look kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like you could just sort of sense that something was wrong. You know, he's like, I'm like, something doesn't seem right with this scenery. This dude had about 8 Navy SEALs. This dude got the shit in the air. These dudes is moving with the tactical. They seen us, someone got to moving. They seen us, someone got to moving, and they positioned around us. So Wack is saying they seen them. One of their guys actually started moving, and then 50's tactical unit, the 50 boys, oh, excuse me, that was another group's name. 50's tactical unit positioned around him. Bam! The type of shit money can buy. You know what I'm saying? So, no, because 50 is there doing a public appearance. You know what I mean? 50 is there doing a public appearance. I remember one time in Trinidad when Rick Ross had a major police escort right out of the hotel and all that shit. Shit was crazy. So Wack said he saw 50. So after this, so Wack said his guy started to move, but then the tactical team positioned around him. Wack said he saw 50, and he said, this dude looked back at us and smirked. Yeah, we ain't got no win with that. See you later, homie. He did. He's like, Wack is like, see you later, homie. And then he's like, he did that on the West Coast. He did that. It took a bag. It took a bag. This dude had, I swear, you would have thought it was the president of the United States. I looked at these dudes and they got to moving around. I looked at these dudes and they got to moving around. Well, maybe you shouldn't have looked at the dudes. Maybe you should have kept your eye on 50 Cent. You know what I mean? Maybe you should have been a little bit more discreet. Really, dude's trying to gauge the whole situation. Well, you just gauged the situation. You just ran into a Navy SEAL. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you gauged the situation. You ran into Ethan Hawke from Mission Impossible. You ran into the wrong one. You know what I'm saying? So Wack then started So Wack went on. He's like, I'm telling you, listen, I'm leading the pack. I got my squad. Ain't no cover this. I said, oh, nah, we can't play with this. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. We out of here. So Wack said it. They had 8 dudes. They had 10. You know what I mean? But these dudes are in there strictly for that type of circumstance. Wack 100 and his guys get into that type of circumstance. The majority of situation is going to happen. They're going to get walked out in handcuffs. You know what I'm saying? Ending whatever type of existence they have in the real world. So Wack started detailing what they actually had. He's like, these dudes are body armored up. They got magazines. the mini AR joints, you know, the ones as big as your forearm, they not going to get in trouble for firing. We going to jail 10 times. We in Beverly Hills. We thinking we going to go in there and put on a show with a squabble and a stomp a dude out. He looked back at us and grinned. I'll never forget that grin, that 50 Cent grin. You know what I'm saying? Where 50 just be looking at you and smiling at you with that little gap in his teeth from back in the day. And he'd be like, 50 was crazy with it, man. He finds some of the most odd circumstances funny. You know what I mean? 50 finds some of the most odd circumstances funny. You know what I mean? Looking at Wack 100 that day and realizing that he had Wack 100, you know what I mean? The big dude, big Wack 100. He had Wack 100 in a position where he couldn't move. 50 Cent had Wack 100 in a position where he couldn't do what he is known for doing. 50 put him in that position. That's why 50 looked back at him and grinned. You know, he's like, nah, man. I took you out of your own element, in your own city. You know what I'm saying? So Wack started detailing what they had. Oh, no, I already read that, didn't I? Yeah, they said they had body armor, magazines, mini AR, all different types of shit, you guys. So Wack went on. He's like, you know what? I told myself, yeah, I need to incorporate that grin into my program. Yeah, because the grin really seals the deal. You know what I mean? The grin actually shows the fact that you really don't give a shit about what, you know what I mean? It shows that you're just going to move on to your next topic. You know what I mean? It just shows that you don't need to dwell on that. You're going to smile and move on. You know, 50 actually had a signature with that. I mean, we all have heard about this laugh how many times? We heard about it when he did it with Suge Knight. Suge Knight got the same smile as Wack 100. And what did Wack say, you guys? Wack said he would never forget that smile. That's crazy, huh? You know, so Wack is like, you know, I told myself, yeah, I need to incorporate that grin into my program. These dudes playing with this money. Wack went on to an analogy. Wack is like, these dudes are playing with this money. Do you remember Drake going at it with Meek Mill? Saying, you can't come to Philly. Drake is like, watch me. Drake landed and moved through the bitch, and it looked like he had the military with him. Well, Wack, you know, Tiffy Bay actually explained this in an interview that I did with him. Tiffy Bay actually explained this in an interview that I did with him. Tiffy Bay explained that it was actually Jay Prince that pulled up and stopped the altercation with Drake and Meek Mill. So we can debunk that right there. We can debunk that right there, to be honest with you guys. Share this video, man. If you rock with me, share this video with 10 of your friends. Tell them to tap in so they can join you in the discussion here on the chat as well, man. $50 is on Ethan Hawke time. You're damn right, bro. I have to roll another one up. Damn it. I got to roll another one up. Let me check out what's going on with this poll. Vote in the poll if you haven't. Vote in the poll. We only got 48 votes in the poll, so we have room for another 100. Vote in the poll, you guys. Who was 50's toughest battle? Who was his toughest rival? We got The Game. We've got Jadakiss. We've got Rick Ross. And we've got Cameron. Who do you think was 50 Cent's toughest rival? He had Cameron, who basically made fun of his name. Cameron made fun of his name. Cameron actually made him look crazy on the phone conversation when 50 was trying to say Koch was the graveyard. We got Rick Ross, who pretty much made his whole label off of beefing with 50 Cent and G Unit. You know what I mean? 50 Ross really kept it. Well, I mean, shit, Ross really did the same numbers his whole career, to be 100% honest with you. But he got a lot more attention after going at 50. Jadakiss was literally the first one to put something in 50's record when he actually came out with several different diss tracks. Checkmate, Miss Jackson. He came out with a bunch of different diss tracks that actually put him down. My guy, King of the Hill, says The Game. But he also says Curtis. Oh, no, Timmy B said Curtis, my bad. SBS says Jadakiss, hands down, no debate. Vote in the poll right now, you guys, if you haven't. Everybody vote in the poll right now. It's actually Jadakiss leading the poll with 41%. Rick Ross, 28%. The Game, 24%. And Cameron, 7%. So if you haven't voted, vote now. Let me see here. Let me get back into this exclusive. So Wack went on. He said, I'm going to tell you what be crazy about it. He's like, I can't put it on Fifth. That label, the label's like, we making 400 million a year off him. Protect him. We send in security. All right. That be the label. They ain't playing no games. Let someone act like they got a problem with Dr. Dre. When Suge was talking to that shit to Dr. Dre, when Suge was taking that shit to Dr. Dre. Yeah, that's right. Wack is about to get into an old story here. Wack is about to get into an old story about when he used to run with Dr. Dre, you guys. When he used to run with Suge Knight. This should be interesting, man. We're going to get an old story of when he actually used to run with Suge Knight. Apparently, they had the drop. Apparently, they knew where Dr. Dre was by a studio by the name of Encore. Yeah, I was thinking about putting Shine in the poll as well. Nah, Lou Boy, I never watched that documentary. I never watched that documentary. What up with you, Trin Love? Trin Love says Jadakiss. Everybody share this video. Let's go. I'm about to roll up another L. I'm smoking on some Dosey Pie. I might switch it up. And do the runts. I know I'm definitely not going to do the Granny Mac because that's a sativa. Verde, what up with you? My bad, y'all. I'm about to roll up. Need to roll up real quick. So Wack is saying the crazy thing about 50 Cent. He said the label's making 400 million a year off him. So we got to protect him. We send in security. All right. That be the label. They ain't playing no games. Let someone act like they got a problem with Dr. Dre. When Suge was taking that shit to Dr. Dre, and he had Encore Studios locked out over there, we knew he was working there every day. So Wack is going to go on to say that he actually went there every single day. Wack is going to go on to say that he actually went there every single day, but there was actually a checkpoint. Wack is like, we knew he was there every day. There was a checkpoint. This block has been restricted. And then Wack is like, well, we fitting to go do. No, turn around. They're going to protect that at all costs. So they weren't letting anybody in to the Dr. Dre studio sessions back in the day, especially knowing what the hell kind of shit he was going through, working with what Death Row had going on behind the scenes. Maybe they had a lot of people tricked on the outside, but from on the inside, what was going on, it was some shit that not a lot of people actually wanted to continue to be around. I mean, at least not the majors, your Dr. Dre's, your Snoop Dogg's, the rumors of Tupac actually wanting to leave, but being, not forced back in, but he actually got, he got, he got convinced. Tupac got convinced to come back to Death Row when Suge told him he could have Death Row East. You know what I mean? Similar to when Lil Wayne went back to Birdman, when he was about to sign with Jay-Z and Def Jam back in the day. But Birdman was like, no, 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 no. You can come and you could pretty much own Cash Money, bro. You could come and I'm going to give you Young Money and all this and that. But then it turned out that Birdman just owned everything or something like that. Turned out that he owned the shit anyways. Let me go grab this weed. Let me see what I got. Let me see what I got here. Oh, no, I'm not smoking this one. Y'all want to take a look at the Granny Macs or what? Oh, damn. Look at those buds. Okay, y'all are going to see them. That's the Granny Mac. That's a sativa. I only smoke that during the day. If I smoke that right now, I'll be up all night pretty much. Let me see. I gotta have a runts here. They're all other runts. Here we go. Boom. Cool. The runts is what I think I'm gonna blaze right now. Oh my god. That's the runts. $50 super chat, I'll eat it. $50 super chat, I'll eat it. What is good, y'all? Bro, I smoke as much as Snoop Dogg. I probably smoke more than Snoop Dogg, to be honest with you. Let me see. Hold on one second. Appreciate y'all for tapping in tonight. So Wack ended that by saying, actually, he's like, that's why I be telling these dudes. He's like, they're gonna protect them at all costs. You know what I mean? That's why I be telling these dudes. He kind of related, the way that 50 Cent was protected back in the day, or not back in the day, still to this day. You know what I mean? 50 is a well-protected individual, you know what I mean? Being one of the biggest executives in television right now. But back in the day when he was, making the Get Rich or Die Trying, when he was doing the Massacre, even into Curtis, 50 was one of the most well-protected artists. He was bringing in a lot of money for Interscope. They didn't just call him Curtis Interscope Jackson for no reason, you guys. What's up? What's up? Would you Twix? Appreciate you for tapping in, bro. Damn. Why would he never smoke with Snoop again, Jay, if he smoked with him 4 hours straight? Smoking for 4 hours straight is pretty awesome. I mean, let me see what you guys think. Who's voting for who in the poll? Vote in the poll right now if you haven't, you guys. Who was 50 Cent's biggest rival? Cameron is at the bottom of the poll right now with 7%. Cameron only has 7%, even though Cameron is the only one of these artists who actually went on the radio and dissed 50 Cent like that. Now, Styles P did, but he's not on the list. Oh, he said he was about to pass out, Jay? Where was he? In Cali, obviously. Where are you from, Jay? Yo, KD, what up? Yeah, Curtis. That's what I'm saying. But Jada, I got to admit, Jada Kiss right now is at the lead, you guys, with 44%. I'll give it to the Kiss fans. You know what I mean? Jada really was the one who first showed that he could just rap better than 50. You know what I mean? Because 50 was not rapping like he was on the Power of the Dollar. That 50 Cent could contend with Jadakiss, in my opinion. The Jadakiss from Piggy Bank, the 50 Cent from Piggy Bank, no, absolutely not. You know what I mean? Some of the Get Rich or Die Trying stuff is a lot different. Well, the Get Rich or Die Trying stuff is a lot different than the Power of Dollar stuff, You can just tell the difference in it. Like the step up in the way that he was going about writing his music compared to the way that he wrote his music in, Power of the Dollar days. He actually, like, some of the what were some of the records where you could hear a comparison? I guess it would probably only be the ones that he put as bonus cuts, maybe Like My Style with, you know what I mean? Maybe the Like My Style joint. But everything else was kind of new, updated 50. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yep, that was one of the biggest things right there. Cameron being like, how you let your man's prodigy go to the graveyard? Curtis, how you let your mans go to the graveyard, Curtis? See, Cameron was getting on him like crazy. Iceberg, was this beef before the Shine or after the Shine beef? Because 50 would use a similar tactic on the radio when he was like, you're on an island. You're on an island, Shine. How you gonna beef with me from an island? So which one was first? The Cameron phone call or the Shine phone call? I'm wondering. What up with you, Chris? Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Where you tapping in from, bro? Everybody hit that like button right now. Everybody vote in the poll. Who do you think 50 Cent's biggest rival was? Yo, Jay, for real though, Jim Jones might as well have stayed independent. Thing was, he got a big check from a label to go be an executive A&R. Only thing was, he wanted to A&R himself. You know what I mean? He should have started A&Ring Max B and Stack Bundles. And he should have had them as the artist. Rest in peace and free my guy. Then he could have signed French Montana and cut all the bullshit. But nah, I'm just being real. I'm just being real with it. What up with your CEO? Warner Bros. What was the Warner Brothers label, Cable? Yeah, was that Warner Brothers? What the hell? In 2009, he got named the executive A&R at Koch. It's hilarious. Tyson says Jimmy got better when he went to Rock Nation. I don't know about that, man. I think Jimmy was the best before he actually signed to a major. When he released his albums on the independent. Because once he signed to a major, he kind of he was at Asylum at a certain point. I'm not trying to go into his music history tonight, really, guys. And look up all his albums where they dropped and shit like that. Well, maybe I will after I roll up this Runts. You know what I mean? But yeah, Jim really started trying to make too commercial of music after Ballin'. So who was 50 Cent's toughest rival, you guys? Who do y'all got for that in the poll, man? We got 91 votes, so let's get another 50 votes in there. Let's get another vote. Vote in the poll if you haven't, you guys. Yeah, exactly, Chris. When Jim was basically independent is when he was the best. Because I think he tried too hard once he signed to a major. Once he signed to a major, he just thought like, you know, he kind of like tried too hard to make a hit. It was like kind of like, come on, man, you don't need to try that hard. You just need to do. You just need to actually make some music. You know what I mean? You're not gonna make another Ballin', first of all. You know what I mean? Well, actually, he should have just saved Why You Do That. If he would have saved Why You Do That for the next album, he probably would have been set. Be like, Why You Do That? It's Jim Jones, baby. Then they could have threw in one line about balling. They could have been like, you've been balling lately. Yeah, and then they could have actually had Max do the hook. Because by that time it would have only been smart for Jim Jones to actually start to incorporate Max B. He was already late. You know what I mean? That's why 50 be making fun of everybody. Because 50's like, listen, man, I introduced all of G Unit. Before I put out my second album. You know what I mean? I did that shit smart. Whereas everybody else is introducing themselves like 2 or 3 times before they ever put out an album from their artist. Bro, Tyson, bro. Yes, it is better in the last 5 years. But before that, Jim Jones was just putting up mixtape EPs and shit like that. When he was in Florida, he was really only doing EPs and shit like that. Vamp Life EPs and shit. So yes, his more recent music is better. But his best catalog is on Koch. His best catalog is on Koch, period. Graph, yeah, Prodigy's one of my favorite, man. You know, HNIC 1 and 2. Then Return of the Mac. And all the Mobb Deep albums. I mean, let's see. America's Nightmare. The later ones too, you know what I mean? The later ones too. But they also had a lot of placements. They also had a lot of placements in movies and shit too. Like I remember hearing their music in that movie Boiler Room, right? So they actually got a lot of placements. Mobb Deep was dope, man. I really loved Mobb Deep. I went to Prodigy's concert before he got locked up. I actually went to Prodigy's concert before he got locked up. That shit was dope. I like the opportunity to sit with Prodigy. Tyson, you're funny. Yeah, but Caleb, I couldn't fit so many more people in there. It's only 4 people. I wish you could fit like 6. I'm gonna get back to you on this runts in just a second, let you know how it's blazing. But yo, you also got to realize you can't put certain of 50 Cent's rivals to be his biggest rival because a lot of them weren't. You know what I mean? There's a lot that just he ran over, like in all reality. There's a lot of people he beefed with. Like, I don't think I would put Diddy up there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I wouldn't put Diddy up there. I'm not gonna put like You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting just minuscule type feuds up there. You're not going to put Ja Rule up there if it's his best. You know what I mean? His best beefs. What else? What else does he got that didn't really measure up to anything? What were some of 50's other worst beefs, you guys? Tyson says you don't think Rick Ross beat 50. No, I absolutely think Rick Ross beat 50. After everybody wore and tore on G Unit, all these guys, Jada, the game, especially, after they all put down the beating on G Unit, after the likes of Ja Rule and Fat Joe and their diss records didn't really amount to anything. Fat Joe released My Fofo on his album. Actually, he was smart about it. He was different about it. You know what I mean? Fat Joe was like, all right, you want the Fat Joe diss song? You're gonna get it on my album. But I do believe. I think. What is everybody else thinking here? Did Rick Ross beat 50? I'm gonna post it up. Because I do believe he did. I believe that Rick Ross actually got 50 in that because of the fact that Rick Ross's career became so much bigger. 50 tried to do the thing. 50 tried to do the Officer Ricky thing. I agree with you, KD. I agree with you, KD. I agree with you, KD. He did the Officer Ricky thing. He attempted to fire back. He had a couple diss songs. What did he have? Tia Told Me. What do you have? Did he have another one called like Kiss the Pinky Ring or something? He had some weak shit when it came to diss songs. But Lloyd Banks had a dope ass diss song, Officer Down. Tony Yayo's Somebody Snitched on Me, not so much. But I think that Ross got 50 100%. I think Ross got him 100% because of the fact that he was able, like, shit, look at what happened. Meek Mill came and took Lloyd Banks' spot as the next big artist. MMG became the new G Unit. At one point, everybody wanted to be G Unit, but now everybody wants to be MMG. You know what I'm saying? It's right there. But yeah, shit, Caleb, you're hilarious, bro. He said you smoking so good. I'm high through the phone. I appreciate you tapping in, Caleb, and adding to the conversation, bro. That's lit. Tyson's like, yo, okay, I see what you're saying, Mikey. Ross gave the KO. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because 50 beat through all these guys, you know what I mean? Like he beat through Ja. He beat through Fat Joe. You know what I did? He did a couple different viral videos of Fat Joe making fun of him for only selling 50,000 units. Jadakiss came through, beat him so damn badly, but he came back and he pushed Styles P's album back, and he actually got him dropped from Interscope or along those lines, or made him want to leave Interscope. Um, then he went through Shine, but Shine wasn't really nothing. Shine was locked up, so it wasn't ever going to be anything. Then he got into a situation with Nas. Nas didn't really want to do anything. Nas rapped about him a little bit here and there. He rapped about how M and Dr. Dre signed him on one of his albums. But then his own man turned on him. That's right, the game. And he really broke him down. But not all the way. Everyone's like, all right, 50 got game. He owns his music. Everything that 50 makes off, everything that Game makes in music, he's going to have to pay back to 50, etc. But now Rick Ross broke down the wall. The wall was already shaken, and Rick Ross broke that shit down. But what does everybody think? I'm eager to read you guys' comments here. Iceberg says 50 beat Ross. Really, Iceberg? Do you actually believe that after everything I just said? Tyson says 50 had to go off rap with Ross. Pimpin' Curly was ass. I agree. Yeah, the Officer Ricky name, the pit was all right. All right. Let's see what you're doing. Pimpin' Curly though? No. Nope, not the look. Yeah. Jay says Ross wouldn't have survived the correctional officer attack 50 got with him if it was the late 90s. Yep, exactly. 50 went at him that way, but he survived that as well. That's major, Jay. That's a major point out right there as well. A lot of people weren't thinking that Rick Ross was going to survive that right there, you guys. A lot of people were actually thinking that that was going to stunt out Rick Ross's career. You know what I mean? But Rick Ross's music, I think Magnificent just appealed to too many people. You know what I mean? I think that Magnificent song really just appealed to too many people. And Rick Ross put up his third album that's on Def Jam that sold 150,000, right around there, from the Port of Miami to Trilla to Deeper Than Rap. They all sold about 150,000 units. So interesting, interesting because, you know, around that time, Interscope would consider an album a failure to do that many units, yet Rick Ross actually gets to keep releasing albums. You know what I mean? Selling 150,000. Tony Yayo came out in 2005, sold 215,000. They never let him release another album in his whole career. You know what I'm saying? Lloyd Banks and Young Buck, 2006, 2007, they sold 150,000 respectfully, and not respectfully, but not like respectfully like that, because those numbers are not respectable when you're Lloyd Banks and you're coming from 400 plus thousand first week. Like they sold their 150,000 and Interscope never gave them another budget to do an album. Now they were getting budgets of 750,000 to do their albums. I could only imagine what the hell Rick Ross was getting. Could you guys imagine in the chat? Could you guys imagine what it would be like to get paid $750,000 to record your album? Who would you have on it? Shit, Tony Yayo could have went and got Little Baby on it. You know what I mean? Little Baby wants 350,000, right? Snoop Dogg wants $500,000. So boom, there's your budget right there. You got the Little Baby song and you got the Snoop Dogg song. But now you've got no mixing, no mastering, no video. But let me see. Who do y'all got on this? Let's see. Yep. Yrez says Rick Ross got bigger after they beefed. Let me see. Nah, I didn't like Curly, bro. I thought it was kind of lame of 50 to do that. Like, all right, you know what I mean? But no, I wasn't really clicking on to see that. Yep, Joe Budden actually washed G Unit 2, the 5 heartbeats, right? See, it's all these things that kind of, like chipped away at G Unit to the point where Rick Ross came in, and I missed Cameron as well on that one. But 50 survived Cameron as well. You know what I mean? Because after that whole thing, even though 50 Cent sent Prodigy off the Koch, aka the Graveyard, the fact of the matter is, 50 Cent got everybody believing that Koch was the Graveyard. Koch would eventually go on to change their name as well. Now, let's address that. 50 letting Prodigy go releasing album over at Koch Records. I, back in the day, felt like 50 should have released the Prodigy albums on his own, too. That's kind of how I felt. You know what I mean? I thought that 50 Cent should have released the Prodigy albums under G Unit, but you got to understand at that point in time, it was a different thing. They were expecting to release only platinum albums under the G Unit brand. C Graph says, "Don't nobody want no smoke with Jadakiss." Well, SBF, he didn't beat on Jada. He didn't beat on. So he ain't beat through Ja. He beat on. Oh, I thought you said something about Jada. My bad. Deeper Than Rap was a classic. Iceberg is a big Pimpin' Curly fan. I like God Forgives I Don't, Caleb. Caleb says he's like Trilla, and which is his sophomore album, and Teflon Don, which is his 4th album. It was correct me if I'm wrong, Caleb. Pretty sure I'm correct on this though. Yeah, I want to it was Deeper Than Rap, then it was album. So it was Port of Miami, Trilla, Deeper Than Rap, Teflon Don, God Forgives I Don't, Mastermind, Hood Billionaire, and then I don't know any after that. God Forgives I Don't was my favorite. Port of Miami was fire. Oh yeah, he also has Port of Miami 2, Rez. Damn. Yeah, that's back in the day, Jay. Those are definitely back in the day music numbers, huh? That's crazy, huh? Well, let me ask you, Tyson. I'm going to ask the chat as well. I'm going to pose up a new question for the chat. So it looks like Jadakiss is number one here. And Game and Rick Ross tied. I like it. Game and Rose tied. I'm going to ask another chat question. I want to know the better Mobb Deep album. I want to know the better Mobb Deep album, you guys. Putting it in the poll right now. I want to know between these two. The Jive album and the G Unit album. Yep. Rather You Than Me. That was the next one. What was it after that one, man? Was it Port of Miami 2? Yeah, Royce is dope. Royce is definitely dope. Vote in the poll right now. I got a new poll up. What album did you guys like better? Blood Money or America's Nightmare? Let me know what you guys thought about those two albums. Vote in the poll right now if you haven't. Vote in the poll if you haven't, you guys. Blood Money's got 80% of the vote right now. America's Nightmare. I want to know what you guys think. Two Mobb Deep albums. I think I would have to say America's Nightmare has the better single. Just because the Blood Money album really did not implement the proper singles. 50 did what he could to get them the looks. Now, the America's Nightmare had Got It Twisted. I thought Got It Twisted was one of Mobb Deep's best singles. Do you guys think I'm tripping in here? So voice your opinion in the chat, but also vote in the poll. Which album from Mobb Deep did you like better? When 50 came out with the Massacre re-edition, what was it called? The deluxe edition, I guess. And he had the Out of Control remix featuring Mobb Deep. That was pretty amazing. The fact that he put Mobb Deep on Have a Party with Nate Dogg, also pretty amazing. Now the single for Blood Money, though, put them in their place. No, absolutely not. You're gonna position that as a first single? Why not just position the Out of Control joint as the first single, the remix? Give them your remix. Why? Because music was different at that point in time. Music was different at that point in time, you guys. You couldn't give an artist your remix to start off his album with. It was unheard of at that time. It didn't work like that. If it did, Mobb Deep would have sold 300,000 or 400,000 records first week on the Out of Control remix. Instead, the song kind of enjoyed no life on the Massacre re-release. Then we move on to the Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack with the singles Hustler's Ambition and Window Shopper. Why did Have a Party need to be featured on the Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack? Now, the only reason, it was a fire soundtrack for sure. The only reason I could see that 50 would do this is because there was a budget there for it. You know what I mean? Okay, we don't have the budget to give Mobb Deep a video with Nate Dogg for the Blood Money album, but I've got the budget here for the Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack, so I can give them a video. If that's what he's got to do, that's what he's got to do. But if Have a Party with P and H and 50 and Nate Dogg was on the Blood Money album, we would have had a problem. We would have had a major reboot of Mobb Deep at this point in time. But no. Yo, guys, if you want to hear hip hop, you come here. That's obvious. That's completely obvious. We talk hip hop all night. We're not up here talking about, you know what I'm saying, Channel 5 News. We're talking about hip hop, and I appreciate it. You must be talking about Have a Party. James Bond says, had to water it down a little. Yeah, you know, James, and if 50 got the budget there, you know what I mean? He got 2 budgets to promote 2 Mobb Deep projects in the hopes of the Blood Money album doing extra good based on the fact that he got to promote them over the year. That's the gamble he took. Unfortunately, that's not the way it works with albums. You know what I mean? Fans aren't going to just buy the album based on the work that they did outside of the album. Okay, is Out of Control Remix on this album? Is Have a Party on this album? No and no. Oh, but Put Them in Their Place is. Okay, what's Put Them in Their Place? Is Nate Dogg on that one? Anyways, you know, you guys can get the picture. You know what I mean? That would upsetting the consumer. Why should they expect the consumer to buy a product when they've been positioned to like other, you know, other songs that are on other products? You're gonna okay. So what is the Out of Control remix on? Oh, it's on the Massacre re-release. Okay, let me have that. And what's Have a Party on? Can you tell me? Because if you would go to a music store back in the day, they would tell you that shit. They would have the computer set up right there for you, and you would go and purchase what you want. But again, I'm not saying he sabotaged the Mobb Deep project. He tried, man, and he got extra thousands of dollars in marketing for them, you know. Toledo, Ohio, what's going on? Wow. Busta Rhymes on Whip Your Head Boy. Good thought. Good thought. But again, man, that's opening up the budget. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Busta would just sign off on it. I'm pretty sure it would have come with a, you know what I mean, an agreement of some sort, some paper. When it rains and when it pours, Prodigy, you see, that would have been able to do like that. They would have been able to do that like that. And that's actually a great idea right there. Both of those ideas. C. Graf says, I think Mobb Deep has been the best duo to do it. I would have to agree with you in that sense. Another duo I love is Outkast as well, but I don't put them in the same genre, you know what I mean, of hip hop. You know, I kind of separate them. I separate them to a certain extent, you know, because obviously one of them is hardcore rap, you know, and then Outkast is hip hop, you know what I mean? That's just kind of how I look at it. You know what I mean? I don't put Mobb Deep in the same category as I put Outkast. Let me see you. Jay says, props to 50 though, man. He was about to sign Mystical and BG around that time. 50 had a hit list. What time are you talking about the time when he had Mobb Deep, MOP, and Mace? I never heard the rumors about Mystical and BG, and I legitimately heard rumors about every single person signing with them. But that crazy signings right there. Yeah, Mystical would come home and actually end up doing a deal with Birdman. Lil Wayne would try to help out in that situation. And BG, BG actually got locked up. BG actually got locked up. Free BG, man. Yeah, Outcast, man. Andre 3000, Big Boy. Now, Big Boy solo, not so much. You know what I mean? Big Boy solo, not so much. You know what I mean? Like, even when he was working with Scott Storch, I mean, I gave it a try, obviously. You know what I mean? Every time Big Boy came out, you know what I'm saying? Even when they did the speaker box and the Love Below, you know what I mean? And they actually separated the albums and shit like that. That was kind of annoying to me. You know what I mean? That was a little annoying to me as a fan and shit like that. But I think that out of that whole thing, Andre 3000 got the better rub. You know what I mean? I think Andre 3000 actually got the better rub in that whole situation because he actually went on to start acting. You know what I mean? But that acting didn't really. He had some good opportunities. Like he had the opportunity to play Jimi Hendrix, but also he had the opportunity to play in that movie, The Brothers. Anyways, I loved Prodigy's solo material. I love Prodigy's solo material. Uh, I guess I would have to say my favorite Prodigy album would be Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. I would have to say Return of the Mac, you guys. HNIC 2 was cool. Would you guys like better, HNIC 1 or 2? Felt like it was a little political, HNIC 2. He started getting way too political with it. What's up, Alicia? What's popping with you tonight? Yep. Yeah, I liked HNIC 2 though, and I liked Return of the Mac. 2 albums that came out around the same time, right before he got locked up. He did? The Baby did a Return of the Mac, bro? Interesting. Interesting. I know I liked French's. Detail, what's popping with you, G's? I'm about to blaze up. I got some runts rolled up. I was smoking a Do-Si Do to start the stream off. 3 amazing topics tonight. Everything's good, Alicia. Everything's good. Smoking on a little runts. Just put down some Do-Si Do. What's everyone smoking in here? We all smoking, man. KD, what did you say? New Jersey. What up? What up? What up? New Jersey's up in here. We got New Jersey in there tonight. Okay. Damn, you on that pink runs tonight? You're the second person on that pink runs tonight. You are the second one on that pink runs tonight. Dairy Queen times Stardog. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I've had it a few times, but I haven't really been able to get it at a high percentage. I only really got it at like 15, 16%, to be honest with you. And I just tried it once. KD, is that a strain or something, bro? Queen dog? Damn, CEO, you're smoking good, bro. You're smoking a sativa and indica disposable pens, lemon skunk cartridge in a battery. You're hilarious, Alicia. Sorry, y'all. I'm enjoying my smoke. But let's bring it to some open questions. Always do this at the end of the podcast. I always do this at the end of the podcast, man. Like I said, we went over some dope topics tonight, as far as Young Thug complaining about his cell, everything about Yfn Lucci allegedly snitching, Yfn Lucci's lawyer denying some certain things, Wack 100 actually agreeing with Yfn Lucci doing what he was doing. Yeah, that's right. A total flip, you guys, a total flip. And then Wack 100 explained his beef with 50 Cent. Well, his run-in, I should say. His run-in with the G Unit CEO. So yeah, definitely had some dope topics tonight. But if anybody has any open questions, you guys can send them in now. Let me check out the poll. Let me check out the poll right now. The Better Mobb Deep album. Vote in the poll, you guys. The Better Mobb Deep album, you guys. I want to know, do you think it was their Jive album? Was it their Jive Records album? America's Nightmare? Send in super chats if you guys got any questions. Do you guys think it was the G Unit album? Do you guys think it was the G Unit album from Blood Money? Mobb Deep's Blood Money? Or do you think it was the album America's Nightmare? You know, I don't really know if that label fit them. I don't know if that label really fit them, Jive Records. Yeah, I don't really know if that label fit them, to be honest with you guys. But they released it. They released an album over there. Detail says, I think Murder Music was my favorite Mobb Deep album. You know, Detail, I was thinking about adding in one of those albums, but I really just wanted to go from their two albums, right? The album right before they signed with 50, and then I wanted to know which of those, because I actually bought those two albums as well, back to back. Those were their back to back albums. 2004 and 2006. And those were their last two albums before the 2014. Oh, shit. Which album? The Murder Music, Alicia? Which one did you like between Blood Money and America's Nightmare, though, Alicia? No question. No question. It's all good. Just love. No question, just love. You're hilarious. You're hilarious, CEO. Alicia says Blood Money over America's Nightmare. You like that Blood Money, huh? You like all the G Unit features on there? I like the Young Buck feature on there. It was called Give It to Me Baby. The Tony Yayo feature was on a song called Click, right? What else did they have on there, you guys? Taj says, do you think he's really crying? Hey man, I actually did a poll, Taj. I guess you're a little late, but I did a poll a little bit earlier to ask that. If anybody wants me to go back over the shit, I could possibly do that, but you could also just rewind the video. Hood Baller says Blood Money is better. Why is it better, Hood Baller? Luke says, I'm to work to sneak in the basement smoking cherry pie. Cherry pie is dope, man. What isn't cherry pie a mixture of Girl Scout cookies and Gorilla Glue? Cherry pie is an awesome strain. Taj says, what's in the blunt? Well, right now I'm actually smoking on some runts. But I was just blazing this right here. And this right here is just great, though. Sativa, though. A lot different type of strain. What up, White Truffle? He says he's smoking on some cheetah piss. Yup, that's a great cookie strain, bro. My bro, Cody Banks loves that shit. My dude, Cody Banks. Cody. It's my G right there. Might have to start calling him Cody B. Because he's the... So which one you had better, bro? You had the Blood Money album? Alicia, appreciate you. Alicia says Blood Money. Okay. CEO says he's going to re-listen to the albums. Okay. Hood Baller says Blood Money's better. America's Nightmare. So let me see. So Wack basically spoke on Young Thug, because they did an interview outside of Young Thug's jail cell, to show how Young Thug's conditions are. And Wack actually responded to that because, Young Thug's lawyer actually put in a motion that he was in a cell in a dungeon-like condition. And they did an interview inside of one of the cells where Thug is supposedly staying, like right a couple cells down from it, I guess. And, it kind of looked clean in there. You know what I mean? The floors and all that and shit. It's not like there was dirt on the floors. It's not like there was any drippage on the floor. You know what I mean? There was nothing like that going on. So Wack was like, I seen the jail. That's a regular jail cell. I don't know what he's crying about. I seen that jail cell. He has the standard toilet sink connection combo. I see the standard funk. I seen it. What is he talking about? Alicia, you're getting that quick rundown right now. You're getting that right now. So Whack 100 basically responded to Young Thug complaining through his lawyer. You know what I mean? Because I haven't heard Young Thug basically go through anything yet, you guys. I haven't heard anything like that from Young Thug at this point. The only thing that I saw Young Thug speak out on was a phone conversation with Mike Tyson. Sorry, I didn't listen to it, so I'm uninformed to talk about that tonight, you guys. I don't know if it's something you guys really want me to talk. Probably should, you know what I mean? So I'll take a look at it for tomorrow, you guys. But we'll see what's going on tomorrow. Topics, there's always new shit popping. But Young Thug's first conversation while locked up is probably of great significance. So Wack went on. He said, he is in the pen in the bounty. They probably wanted him in the back. The supervisor of the jail had come out and said that this isn't the Ritz Carlton. Wack is like, I seen the cell. And I'm like, bro, that's the jail cell. Someone's like, is this his first time going to jail? Wack is like, you got to understand. He's like, we used to clean our sinks when they used to pass out the dudes who have no money. They would give like powdered toothpaste. We scrubbed the sink with it. Scrub the sink with it like it's turtle wax. Someone in the clubhouse is like, nowadays these young dudes have no character. To which Wack replied, we were seasoned for it. I seen the cell, going back to Young Thug's cell. I seen the cell and I'm like, that's the standard cell. He got love because he's the only dude in that cell. It could be 6 people in a 4-man. That dude's cell was clean as a mother. Wack actually continued. He's like, if there be 6 dudes in a 4-man, you're fading. But there probably is going to be a squabble because a new dude is going to come in, and when a dude leave and be like, because the next dude might not be going for that flow. So once basically, if dudes are locked up together, they have a whole flow going. They have a whole situation worked out with one another. When somebody new gets locked up, there's going to be something to throw off that balance. Someone in the clubhouse is like, his lawyer is probably just trying to pump this whole situation up, basically trying to pump this whole situation up, you guys, and make it look like a little bit more than it actually is. Because, we're on here talking about this yesterday. We're talking about it the day before, and they're talking about dungeon-like conditions, making me think that this dude is trapped in the Lord of the Rings or some shit, and there's like some sewage dripping down. They're making us think not just me, not just me. They're making the whole United States of, they're making everybody in the country think that Young Thug is in some type of area that it's like John McCain, rest in peace, locked up as a prisoner of war over in overseas. It's like what is Young Thug going through right now? He's got everybody worried about him, just like how we were all worried about AR Rab back in the day. Come to find out, they go in there and they film it, and it's like you're thinking you're about to see something from Saw. You're thinking you're about to see Tobin Bell pop out. You want to play a game type shit, and it's just this totally clean jail cell. It's like, please excuse us. There's no mattress on this cell right now, but this is pretty much how it is. It's not like there's graffiti over the walls and all types of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real on that because you know what I mean. We heard about what my guy AR Rab was going through earlier this year. And then we see what Young Thug is going through, and they actually film it and they kind of put him on blast with that. We didn't see the conditions. They don't usually film the conditions from the prison. You know what I mean? They're usually going to ignore that shit. You know what I mean? But Young Thug right now, I guess he's at the point where he has not been convicted. He's not convicted of anything. So they want to show their end. Want to play a game? Yeah, man. It's like the way they had us thinking about the way that cell worked. It was like kind of crazy. Alicia says he's got money on his books and family, something most inmates don't have. But yeah, so let me see here. So Wack went on. So someone's like, his lawyers are probably going to try to pump it up. Wack went on, but see, here's the thing. He's trying to, but unless they can prove inhumane conditions, it's not going to work. So they're legitimately going to have to prove it. You know what I mean? And that's why they filmed that video. You know what I mean? They just debunked all the rumors. And like I said, you guys, those are rumors that are, it's not over one area. Like, sometimes in certain cases, shit is contained to one city. With Young Thug, best believe this isn't just Atlanta reaching out for Young Thug, you guys. I think everybody knows that one though. Young Thug got a little bit too far in the game right now. He got a little bit too far in the game. You heard what his lawyer said. His lawyer said they are prepared to pay any bond. They will pay any bond. But please give us a PTA. We'll take the PTA though. Promise to. He'll be there. I promise. Because we can pay any gas amount to make it there. We can fill up any car's tank to make it to that courtroom. It's like, what? No. No. You can pay any amount, but you're asking for a PTA. But at least they don't have them on the record saying, "Hey, we'll pay $5 million right now." But that's pretty much what they said. Yeah, no, Clarissa, that's what I'm talking about in reality, because like we've all seen those videos. We've all seen those videos on YouTube of how certain areas look. You know what I mean? So with Young Thug saying that, I mean anybody with a little bit of consideration in their heart, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Some thought in their head, they're gonna have a little bit of thought about Thug, like, whoa, what the hell's going on there? What do you mean? He's in a dungeon, like what are you talking about? So people were just being considerate. And a lot of the considerate thoughts were getting like misconstrued, because it's like people are like, they're getting considerate, they're getting upset, and now the jail is just pretty much like, all right, we need to do something. We need to do something, because they're thinking it's something that it's not in here. So they filmed it. You know what I mean? They filmed their whole situation. But yeah. And you guys know I'm big on Young Thug beating this whole shit. I'm big on Young Thug beating this whole shit. But when he goes before the judge now, is the judge going to be like, "So you're trying to use the media to sway?" He's going to be like, "So you're trying to use the media now. You're trying to use the media now to sway everybody's opinion about what's going on here. You're trying to use the media to help you get." But maybe that's what they do anyways. So Whack 100 also spoke on Yfn Lucci, who told his lawyers to put out a statement that he's not snitching. They were saying that on Clubhouse, excuse me. So Alicia, would you care to hear about that one, or would you care to hear about the 50 Cent story? Oh, well, we gave her a chance, Alicia. The 50 Cent story. Just like Detail says the 50 Cent story. Yeah, the 50 Cent story was crazy, man. But let me just say, Wack pretty much the 50 Cent story, but Wack pretty much said the whole thing with Yfn Lucci, like he said it was clickbait. You know what I mean? He was basically sometimes Wack gets on Clubhouse and he's not the most informed about everything. Sometimes it's breaking news. You know what I mean? Sometimes people ask him questions out of context. If they give him bond, how much do you think it'll be? I'm going to ask everybody in the chat that as well. Everybody put your numbers up of what you think Young Thug's bond would be if he actually gets one. Damn. CEO says Thug's bond would be $6 million. But yeah, everybody in here, put up your thoughts. What do you think Young Thug's bond would be? 6 million. That seems a little excessive, bro. Alicia says 3 million and house arrest. Detail says 3 to 5 million. That is crazy. That is crazy. What do you guys think? Everybody in here, what do you guys think? Yeah, it's a state. It's a state. I was explaining that last night, bro. I'm coughing longer than Chief Keef. Chief Keef did it. He lost viewers for it too. Community service. 4.5 million in community service. You're hilarious. 4.5 million. 4.5 million. If I'm given 4.5 million, I'm not doing no community service. The only community service I'm doing is giving out grants to the schools and the libraries and the hospitals. That's what I'll do. That will be my community service. But you're not gonna catch me cleaning up no cans. You're not gonna see me on the edge of the highway putting my life on the line. I'm not gonna be in any thrift shops folding clothes. Oh, I'm going back in. I'm going back. Okay. I'm going back in. That's great. Oh yeah, the Rick Ross car show. I was actually about to go to Vegas for Memorial Weekend. Is the Rick Ross car show tomorrow? I thought it was like I think it is tomorrow because I seen him post it's tomorrow. But no, I'm not in Atlanta. I am not in Atlanta. I did not get the invite. But if I were to get the invite like tomorrow morning, yeah, I'd be out there ASAP. Oh, I wanted to show you this. I don't think you've seen this. CEO Alicia, I don't think you guys seen this. This is the detail. I don't think you were in here when I did this. This is the Granny Mac. It's a sativa, so I mostly smoke it during the day. Yeah, that's the Granny Mac. The runts. The runts. I wanted to show you the runts too. Oh no, this is the dosi pie, which looks amazing. The dosi pie looks amazing. Yeah, the Granny Mac is really good. Why are you crying, Luke? Let me show you the runts. I wish I didn't break up that bud of dosi pie because it looks amazing. Oh man, how did I not break this bud up to roll that last L? What up, what up, what up, what up? Off the line TV, what's up? 2.5 mil. 2.5 mil. Oh my God, be still my heart. Let me see if I can show you guys the dosi pie. Just because it has a different tint to it. I really shouldn't have messed this one up. I really didn't have to. I could have had a nice bud to show you guys. Oh shit, that's a nice view. Damn. Give a dude a shout out on your live. The next thing he's doing is taking a shot at you. That's why you never get shouted out on other people's lives. Let me see if I got a better nug of this runts. Damn. Damn. Oh my God. Let's see if I can get this. Let me see if I can get this right. Let's see if I can get this right. There's runts. There's runts right here, you guys. Let me see if I can get the Granny Mac up a little bit closer to the camera for y'all. Let me get a different butt of it as well. Oh my God. This bud is like a... Okay, it's a cool bud. Here we go. Yeah, this one's really good right here. Sativa. Precious. I usually don't mix my strains. I usually just go one strain at a time. Yeah, that's a Granny. That's the Granny Mac, Philadelphia Eagles. I'll put it up here. Are you watching me right now, or are you just listening, Philadelphia Eagles? I'm about to put up the box so you can read it. It's actually a pretty good percentage. If you could see it right there, it's actually 20.7 percentage. It's actually a 21% sativa, Granny Mac. Eighth comes in there. I don't think it actually says sativa on there though, but you could see there's a couple different levels for the THC. Yeah, so this is a good one though. This Granny Mac right here, it gets you moving during the day. We need smell-o-vision. You're watching. Yeah, this one right here is good. Now, this one right here, I really wanted to try. So I got my hands on it. Where is it? Oh, I can't find it anymore. Oh, here. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Whatever. CBAG. You mean CBGA? I don't know. Look it up real quick, bro, and get back to us. Because it's only 0.2 in there. It's only 0.2 of that. What's the CB? It's only 0.2. Elijah says in the 80s, Jamaica weed was the best in Philly. Yo, did you watch the vlog I put out, the interview I put out with Bump J speaking on Gilly the Kid? You guys got to go watch that if you haven't seen that interview. One of my classics. Well, Detail, you got to tap in to see what the topics are for tomorrow, man. You never know what the topics could be for tomorrow, bro. You honestly never know what the topics could be for tomorrow, man. You never know what could really pop off. You know what I'm saying? You got to go check that out, Elijah. You got to go check that shit out, man. Whoever hasn't seen my interview with Bump J from Major Figures, throwback interview, I just put it out again. I think y'all need to go check that shit out. It's one of my most classic interviews. Let me see if I can get it here for you, man. Let me see if I can get that here for you. Yes. Let's run these views up. Yo, y'all got to go check out this interview. Bump J speaks on battling Beanie Siegel. Here, let me see if I got it here. Yeah, I got the link pinned. I'm actually not going to do a watch along tonight. We should do a watch along soon, though. We should definitely do a watch along soon. Ah, you're hilarious, Alicia. Oh, Alicia, you got to hear the story about 50. You got to hear the story about 50. What's CBG, bro? So listen to this. So Wack actually spoke on trying to run up on 50 when he was doing an appearance at a little bar. I don't know if it was an appearance. I mean, mostly when we're dealing with 50 Cent, it usually is an appearance, right? If 50 goes somewhere, he's more than likely being paid. You know what I'm saying? So Wack said, when you see him, you can't get to them. I think he played with us on purpose. Yeah, Wack. So Wack got the call. He's like, yeah, Wack, 50 is going to be at the SLS hotel, that little bar in there. He's going to be in there, and the word is coming down. So Wack got the word from his guys that 50 was going to be at this little spot that they knew about. So 50, he was going to be, all right, we'll see you tonight, Luke. So Wack is going to be, so 50 is going to be at this SLS hotel, little bar. They got word. Wack is like, we through there. This is when it's on. So Wack is saying he pulled up in the SLS hotel. He came in that mother, 10 of us. We came in there and we stopped and we looked around, and Wack is like, something doesn't seem right about this scenery. Wack said this dude had about 8 Navy SEALs. This dude got this shit in the air. These dudes is moving with tactical. They've been on us. Someone's seen us, and then someone got to moving, and then they positioned around. Wack said he saw 50. He said this dude looked back at us, and he smirked. Yeah, we ain't gonna win. We ain't got no win with that. See you later, homie. He did that on the West Coast. Wack said he did that, but it took a bag. This dude had, I swear, you would have thought, Wack said, you would have thought it was the president of the United States. I looked at these dudes and they got to moving around. Wack went on, I'm telling you, listen, I'm leading the pack. I got my squad. Ain't no cover this. I said, oh, nah. We can't play with this. You gotta, Wallow's words, you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them. And we out of here. Just like somebody trying to come at me in the chat room. You out of here. Whack 100, scene 50 with about 8 of the Navy SEALs. We out of here. That's just how it goes in some situations. You know what I mean? But Wack started detailing what these guys actually had on them as well. We're going to get into that in just a second. Oh, word, Philadelphia Eagles. What up, Nightman? So Wack hit him with the, you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. And he was out of there. And Wack started detailing what they actually had. He's like, these dudes are armored up. They've got magazines, the mini AR joints, you know, the ones as big as your forearm. They're not going to get in trouble for firing. We go into jail 10 times. We in Beverly Hills. We thinking we going to go in there and put on a show with a squabble and stomp dudes out. He looked back at us and he grinned. I'll never forget that grin. 50 gave me that grin before. 50 gave me that grin before. But I don't think you guys want to know why 50 gave me that grin. But Wack said, I'll never forget that grin. I don't so much remember it. It's not burned into my mind so much. I mean, I remember him doing it to everybody else. But you can't put me in the line of the people he's grinned at like that. Like he's grinned at Suge. He's grinned at Wack. He's grinned at Mikey T that one time. Right, Detail? That shit's pretty crazy, man. That shit's pretty crazy. How many people have we heard confirm this shit, you guys, about 50? You know what I mean? How many people have we heard confirm this shit about 50? You know what I'm saying? Alicia, I will neither confirm nor deny that. Oh, you said did 60 yell at me? Nah, 60 never yelled at me. But who's 60? What happened to that? What happened? Sorry. Anyways. Let me see. Let me see. So Wack is like, so Wack went on, he's like, you know what? I told myself, Wack is like, yeah, I need to incorporate that grin into my program, which is hilarious. These dudes playing with the money. He brought up a couple analogies to this whole situation. This money, remember Drake going at it with Meek Mill? You can't come to Philly? Watch me. Drake landed and moved through that bitch, and it looked like he had the military with him. Yeah, sorry to burst your bubble, Wack, but he also had Jay Prince with him. You know what I mean? Sorry to burst your bubble. Sorry to burst your bubble, Wack, but the guy that you just dissed, now you're actually giving a statement where he actually helped somebody in that circumstance. You know what I mean? I could literally play the footage right now with Tiffy Bay speaking on it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like it was actually Jay Prince who stopped that whole situation with Meek Mill and Drake happening in Philly. So breaking news from Mikey T. The do say blog god. Yeah, Jay Prince actually stopped all that melee happening from Drake. Let Jay Prince know Mikey T's vouching for him. I don't hear any other bloggers letting the world know. Academics is going to have to play this footage now that I have a Tiffy Bay. Alicia, play it. It would take a few minutes for me to actually get it. I can probably we could probably get on it tomorrow night. But yeah, no, I that's crazy because Wack 100 is here shouting out how effectively Drake moved through Philly. It was because of Jay Prince. It was because of Jay Prince. That Drake moves so smoothly through Philly. Jay Prince told Meek Mill, chill out, or something along those lines. Oh, I'll bring the footage up. I'm going to need a bigger super chat to bring that footage up, though. I'll go get the footage. Let me see if I can find the footage. Let me see this. Yeah, I would have to re-download the footage. Would have to re-download the footage. But honestly, I could do it two different ways because I think I have it short form. Oh, shit. She said it better be worth it. All right, I better get to downloading then. Here, let me see where it is. Let's see what we got here. Is this it? This has got to be it. This has got to be it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Now Iceberg is on me. Oh, shit. Alicia said it. Oh. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hold on one second. Let me see how long it's going to take. It's only going to take one more minute. It's only going to take one more minute. Everybody get rolled up. Everybody get your blunts rolled up. Everybody share this video. Everybody share this video. Get rolled up. Get situated because we're about to watch an exclusive. Oh, that ain't right, man. I didn't even share this video on my Instagram. You want some bullshit, Mikey T. Get him, Lee Lee. Oh, is that what we call her now, Nightman? Alicia's name is Lee Lee. I like that. That's actually cool. Alicia says she's rolled up. All right, I'm going to show the short form of this interview so we can potentially watch it in long form tomorrow. The long form is 20 minutes. So we're going to watch this short form video of it. Let's get into it. Let's go.
I'm here with Mikey T, the movie star, on Report Card Radio.
Get it! When the static with Drake and Meek picked up, did that shake Dream Chasers?
Shake Dream Chasers, fuck no. Niggas was happy as shit. We was rocking on it. You know what I mean? We was rocking on it. Not happy, but, you know what I'm saying? Not happy, but, like, motherfucker love competition. You know what I'm saying? So we was happy to see two greats go at it. You know what I'm saying? On the battle, lyrical, you know what I'm saying? Musically, you know what I'm saying? Every level, you know what I'm saying? So it was a good thing, you know what I'm saying? In my eyes, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't bad like niggas had to kill each other or some shit like that. It was a good thing for hip hop.
Well, tour money was up.
Everything. Meek is up. Meek is the guy. You know what I'm saying?
I just think a lot of people thought Meek had an arsenal of records. Like, I think people thought he had a little library of Drake disses ready to go.
Yeah, no. Why? Nobody on plan. Most people ain't. Nobody ain't playing for that shit. Whatever happened with the Quentin Miller shit and whatever else, and you know what I mean. That shit was. It just came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Shocked everybody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ain't believe that shit. Drake. Who gonna believe somebody writing a Drake record? Nobody.
Was that a battle you could have seen getting violent though, or was it going to be kept on record?
No, Drake. I don't think. No. Nobody ain't want to get violent. We wanted to approach the situation and see what was the deal. That's why we went down there to the show and all that, and you know what I mean. Ran up in there when he came here with Future, but other than that, it wasn't like no violence. Nobody had no guns and no knives, no bats. No, it wasn't none of that. Just a conversation. You know what I mean? That's when the OG came out. Jay Prince. He came out, talked to us. You know what I'm saying?
Who?
And they left out. You know what I mean? And now a year or two later, they squash it. You know what I'm saying? So it was all love. You know what I'm saying? It's all about a conversation. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go through life and have an enemy and not have a conversation with them. That's phony. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't real. You can't beef with nobody that you ain't had a conversation with, altercation, like a real altercation, face to face. Like all that shit was internet, Twitter. You know what I mean? So it was like they had to get the conversation.
How crazy is that, you guys? How crazy is that? So, Whack 100 says, Whack 100 legitimately says, you remember what happened with Meek and Drake. So let me find my line right here. Excuse me, guys. Whack 100 says he's crying in jail. Okay, here we go. So Drake going at Meek Mill, and then they're like, "You can't come to Philly," and Drake is like, "Watch me." And Drake landed and moved through the bitch, and it looked like he had the military with him. Wow. Listen to that description of who Drake had with him, you guys. Listen to the description of who Drake had with him. Same description. I mean, Whack 100 is giving a whole new description for Jay Prince now that they're going at one another. But when Drake was moving through Philly, during his situation with Meek, it looked like he was rolling good. But now Jay Prince is crazy, right? Well, Lily, that was the only portion of the interview where we addressed the Meek Mill and Drake situation. That was the only portion of the interview. The rest of the interview is pretty much about different things, like him addressing. I think we spoke on Beanie Siegel. I think we spoke on a lot of different things because TV Bay was known for actually slapping rappers and shit like that. So we probably talked about a lot. But right there, that portion about Jay Prince is pretty much the only portion that I got on that Meek Mill versus Drake situation. But the full interview is actually out if you want to check that out now, Alicia, to see if there was let me see how you put it. If there's any when did you say here that was like almost getting off, but not really. Is it longer for tomorrow? Lily. All right, so you can go watch the interview though, Alicia, if you want. Should I get the link for you? Do I gotta get the link for you? Jesus, do I got to do everything for you, Lily? Tiffy Bay, Mikey T. Like I tell you, man, it's easy as hell to search my content. That's how I pretty much made it, you guys. I made it easy as hell to search my content. All you got to do is literally type in Mikey T, Tiffy Bay, Mikey T, Rick Ross, Mikey T, Chief Keef, and my shit will pop up. No, but for real, how crazy is that Whack 100 was big enough? He's now dissing Jay Prince, but he's dissing Jay Prince, but he's also bigging him up. He's bigging up Jay Prince, but dissing him within the same week. You know what I mean? He's dissing Jay Prince, but he's also bigging him up within the same time frame. I just don't get it. He's just kind of backwards with it, you guys. He's just kind of backwards with it, to be honest with you. Because one night he's actually dissing, and then the next night he's actually giving him credit. Unknowingly, I guess. Unknowingly giving him credit. No, he's just unknowingly giving him credit, Alicia. Lily, excuse me. You know, because he's saying, oh, he's trying to use that whole example of Meek and Drake beefing, but Drake coming to Meek City and being like, yo, he's moving really smooth when he does things. But he also has so much protection, just like 50 did back in the day when he came to Cali. But he's saying he's big up in the way that Drake moves, but in reality, Drake is moving with people like Jay Prince. So he's inadvertently big up in the guy he just dissed. Any other bloggers putting this together? Hassan Campbell putting this together? Academics? Any other bloggers putting this together? Or is it just completely obvious or something? And I shouldn't be saying something. I mean, just like 6ix9ine first doing 39 million views, but everybody is so caught up with the 10 million views he does now because they're a part of it. You know what I mean? Let's not get caught up on that. You know what I mean? I got a lot of respect for Gilly turning down that interview. I feel like he set a precedent that a lot have followed. I think the Breakfast Club, another big brand, did not give 6ix9ine an interview either. Says something to me. That shit says something to me. But also, you know what I mean? I don't condemn someone like Hassan Campbell for interviewing 6ix9ine. You know, I was thinking that they were going to be on the channel together until this whole thing with like I'm talking about his YouTube channel, until this thing got crazy with Whack 100. You know what I mean? I kind of felt like that way. I was like, oh shit, imagine when he pops on there onto his YouTube with 6ix9ine next. You know, I thought that would have been the next move. You know what I mean? But obviously Hassan had his own moves. But we're not talking about that tonight. Who do we got in here? Bangum Smurf or something? Damn, you think Adam 22 turned down Breakfast Club did interview 6ix9ine, didn't they? They interviewed him a few different times, KD, but they have not interviewed him since he came home from prison, to my knowledge. Huh? Yeah, not after his release. I'm kind of more interested to see who this guy is than just blocking him. But they have not interviewed after his release. Yo, Nicholas, what does that line have to do with what we're talking about? Who are you? Who are you? But Nick, what does that line have to do with what we're talking about? You know, the hot line and made it a hot song. Oh, okay, hold on one second. Let me just block this dude because he's not making any sense. Jigga took a hook and made it a hit. But where's that relating to our conversation right now? Right, but where is it relating to our conversation right now? I'm wondering, Lily. Can that line relate to what we're actually talking about right now or not really? He just popped in here. I was just trying to figure out if it related to our conversation. You know what? I was just wondering if it actually related to our conversation, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? If it did, I could go off of it. You know what I mean? But I mean, if you're just saying that song lyric to say that song lyric, you know what I mean? Then no, I don't really got nothing for you. You know what I mean? Detail. Detail says it doesn't. Yeah. Sometimes people just say certain things in the chat, man. You know what I mean? It's respectable. I appreciate you even being in here, though. Yeah, KD. Yeah, our moderator, Iceberg, is hilarious. Yeah, so isn't Runts. So isn't Runts. I'm so glad I finally was able to get my hands on Runts, you guys. Because for so long, I legitimately, it was nowhere around. But poof, it's here. It's here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I hear you, Nightman. I hear you. But I gave you a little recap, though, Lily. I gave you a little recap, and everybody who tuned in a little bit late, I gave you guys a little bit of a recap. I didn't really go over what he said about Yfn Lucci. It was quite a bit, so you guys could rewind and watch that on the replay if you want. You know what I'm saying? But our live experiences are always dope. You know, but I see we got a bunch more people in here. So if anybody sends in a super chat and wants me to recap any of the stuff, or if you guys just are going to watch from the start, it's all good. Detail says I haven't seen any Runts in a while. You already know, Alicia, Lily, excuse me, and Detail. Yep. I don't mind going over a little recap for you guys because y'all be supporting the channel. Y'all be tuning in on a regular basis. I noticed y'all wasn't in the chat when I was going over some of the stuff earlier, so I definitely have no problem recapping it with you. You know, a lot of people go, "Oh, Mikey T, why are you going 3 hours?" Hey, if you missed the live experience, you know what I mean? If you missed the live experience, but a lot of people, they say they love listening to this on the replay. You know what I mean? I guess we have a lot of replay value in some of the stuff that we're talking about because one, oh shit. Alicia got me. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna go over the Yfn Lucci, and I'm gonna do it a little bit better this time. I'll tell you, because the first time I didn't really do it that great. Because you know, yesterday they kind of hit whack up with the rotten apple. You know, I'm not even gonna lie. Whack got hit with the rotten apple yesterday when it came to Yfn Lucci, you know. So this is what somebody in the clubhouse was saying. We're gonna recap the Yfn Lucci joint right here, you guys. Yeah, Detail. It's all about the live experience. But also, I mean, I hear some people watch this on replay as well. That's dope. You know what I mean? Eventually, I want to take this and put it on Apple, put it on Spotify. You know what I mean? Make it an actual audio experience as well. But I'm gonna recap the Yfn Lucci. What's up? What's up, Millionaire? Appreciate you, man. 100. And like I said, if anybody wants to check out my interview with Bump J speaking on Gilly the Kid actually getting arrested. Gilly the Kid actually getting arrested, you guys. He got arrested during Bump J's battle with Beanie Siegel. Y'all got to hear why. Tap in, go check it out, man, and drop a comment. But let me see right here. So somebody in the clubhouse was like, Yfn Lucci told his lawyer to put a statement out that he is not snitching. So Wack is like, Wack asked what's happening. He's like, first of all, y'all got to stop believing the clickbait. The man came in here. The man said, yo, Wack, now that Young Thug is in there, after it's in the paperwork that they tried to have Lucci hit, they're going to let him out. So they were asking Wack, like, since Young Thug is locked up now in the same area, apparently, as Yfn Lucci, and because of the fact that in the paperwork, Yfn Lucci is listed as a victim, is that going to give him somewhat of an opportunity, somewhat more of an opportunity to actually get out of jail? Is that going to get Yfn Lucci out of jail, you guys? The fact that he's now in there with an aggressor, somebody who they say wanted to get him. So Wack is like, Wack was saying, so if I was him, Wack had a very, very strange response to this, but also he had a strange response to the whole Lil Meech thing the other day as well. If you guys remember yesterday, Wack 100 actually said that if he would have made a rap song or something like that the next day and he would have went viral. So Wack is back on his rap shit here again. Wack said, so Wack is like, if I was him, I'd be in there man downing on all that shit. I'd be in that MFer man downing on all that shit. And then I'd get out, F the baby mama, make a diss song. I'd F his baby mama, make a diss song on him and all that. But you dudes only hear half the shit and run with it. So Wack is really still on that make a diss song shit. You know what I mean? That's like what makes you go viral. That's what makes you go viral, to just make a diss song on somebody, right? Tupac, hit him up. Not every diss song is hit him up. You know what I mean? Look at the dudes who were upstairs recording 50's older, you know what I mean? In the movie Get Rich or Die Trying, when 50's older cousins were recording upstairs. Not every song was hit him up. But yeah. So Wack is like, but you dudes only hear half the shit and run with it. Did you read Young Thug's case? One of his charges is the attempted shit on the dude in jail. So they like you think he would use that. So they're like, you think he would use that to get out? I said, hell yeah, I would. I wouldn't give a F what it looked like. But these dudes believe the clickbait. They take any excerpt and run with it. I don't even know him. So he's talking about Lucci here. I don't even know him. I don't know nothing about him. I think he also said, I don't know any of his songs. Okay, majority of us don't know any of Yfn Lucci's songs. You know what I mean? Okay. There's some of us who do know. There's some that just know about him because he's got a big name in the media. All right. So he's like, I don't know nothing about him. Dude asked me one of Young Thug's charges if he tried to get Lucci. Now that they in the same jail, do you think he has access to try and get a bail? I said, hell yeah, he do. I said, if he files the right shit. But here go the thing. How they pinned it on Thug. How they know Thug sent it. Meaning the people in jail and all that. Because Yfn Lucci had got hit up in jail, and then he asked his lawyer, or his lawyer was like, get my client out of jail. He's going through some immediate, bad situations in jail. Get him the hell out of there. Get him on his, you know what I mean? So somebody was like, it was on the wiretaps though. Someone said to Wack it was on the wiretaps. Pretty much. Pretty much, man. Yeah. So yeah, that was the situation with Yfn Lucci right there. You know, Wack kind of turned his response on that one, you know, because of the fact that, you know, Yfn Lucci is locked up right now. He's actually been locked up since April of 2021. And right now, if your lawyer files the right shit, as Wack said, if he files the right shit, there's a major chance that he's actually going to be able to have an opportunity to get out of jail. You know what I mean? There's a major opportunity for him to get out of jail if they file the right paperwork, you know? So Wack pretty much, I think Wack really addressed that properly. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, a lot of people ask Wack stuff on Clubhouse and they ask him it half-assed. They ask him the shit. They ask him the shit and they don't really know too much about it. Now, will Yfn Lucci get out of jail? We'll have to wait and see. I don't know if there's going to be any update on that in the near future. We'll have to wait and see. You know, if his lawyers are any as good as Young Thug's, I'm sure they could get some sort of a hearing in the very near future. Oh yeah, I don't know. They want Thugger to pay, Alicia. Yeah, that could be the case. But I mean, they only say it's a $250,000 fine. Oh, but we're talking about that bond, right? We're talking about that $4 million bond, that $6 million bond, or whatever it is, 1.5, whatever it's going to be, you know. No, I think Lucci's dope. I didn't know he had I don't really know a lot of his music, but I've been following him to a certain extent since he was like on the smaller end. I saw him get a little bit bigger, but I was never really too he never really put out a bunch of shit that I really got into all the way. I was more into Young Thug. I was more into the Migos, you know what I'm saying? Not that I was really buying the Migos albums and shit like that. You know, not that they really I mean the YRN, the YRN album and then the Culture albums, you know what I mean? So, I mean, don't get on me if I and now I mean shit, honestly, it's looking like now honestly it's looking like it's back to the original Migos, which was which was which was who? Which was who was the original Migos, you guys? In the chat. Put it in the chat. Who were the original Migos? Really? With that? Yeah, with that was dope. With that was definitely dope. Murder Beats is cool. Murder Beats is cool, bro. Yep, he actually with that, the first Thug songs I heard was really his two big smashes, Stoner and Danny Glover. Yeah, well, the original Migos were actually Takeoff and Quavo. They were actually around before Offset got out of jail. And then when Offset got out, you know what I mean? When Offset got out, it was like, okay. It was like, all right, Offset's out of jail. Let's see how they do together. And they eventually made Bad and Bougie and became the biggest rap group. It took them a little second to solidify it. Detail, I don't know, bro. Detail, I think again, I would like to discuss it and I would like to discuss it in a more long form, but nah, bro, I don't think it is, man. I think it's Offset going solo. I think it's Offset going solo, bro. Just I think Offset brings a little bit of something different to the group. You know what I mean? I think it's obvious that Offset brings a little bit of a celebrity atmosphere to the group as well. You know what I mean? When you got too many big, big egos around, when you got too many, chefs in the kitchen, sometimes it gets crowded. You know what I mean? It looks like Takeoff can sit there and vibe with Quavo there, judging by the music video that they got together. You know what I mean? And plus, guys, we saw them come into the game originally together. Uh, I'm not sure that whole scenario detail, who the uncle is. That might be accurate. That might be accurate. But I'm not too sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. You know what I mean? I was kind of more into the Migos, before they just stopped releasing music consistently. You know what I mean? They kind of took a little bit of a break with it, but they were always putting out hits, and that was before Offset got out of jail as well, because they had a lot of like small smashes before Offset got out of jail. Then he got out of jail. They had some more small smashes, and then they had that big hit, and then they became the number one. And then they surpassed Young Thug. Yeah, that's how it goes, CEO, man. Like I was saying a little bit earlier, your past will come up. You can't just it's you can't just forget for people you can't just expect for people to forget your past. We saw it play up with Bobby Shmurda, and they really gave him no time to run with it. But yeah, I really appreciate everybody tapping in, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure everybody subscribes to the channel, man. Everybody on here who's not subscribed, subscribe right now. About to call it a night, but I want y'all to click the link in that I've pinned up. Check out the interview with Bump J speaking on Gilly the Kid getting arrested during his battle with Beanie Siegel. Y'all got to check that out, man. Check out that exclusive. It's pinned up right now for everybody watching on demand. I will put it in the bio as well if you want. Also, anybody on here, follow me on Instagram. Follow for a follow. Everybody that follows me, I'm going to follow you guys back on Instagram immediately. So follow me, you guys. I will follow everybody back. Definitely appreciate you all, man. Definitely appreciate you all. Check out that interview that I got posted. Run those numbers up, you guys. Show me some love. Like I said, whoever follows me right now, I'm going to follow y'all back. Hell yeah. Appreciate everybody who tapped in tonight. I'll see y'all in the next episode. See what we got cooking tomorrow night, you guys. 10:30 live. Make sure you're tapped in. Mikey T, the movie star. I'm out. Peace.